But I say unto you, love your enemies. Bless them that curse you. Do good to them that hate you. And pray for them which despitefully use you and persecute you.
Which is the first commandment of all?
Hear, O Israel, the Lord our God is one Lord. Thou shalt love the Lord thy God with all thy heart, and with all thy soul, and with all thy might, and with all thy strength. This is the first and great commandment, and the second is like unto it. Thou shalt love thy neighbor as thyself. On these two commandments hang all the law and the prophets.
Master, thou hast said the truth. There is one God, and none other but He. And to love Him with all the heart, and with all the understanding, and with all the soul, and with all the strength, and to love his neighbor as himself, is more than all the whole burnt offerings and sacrifices.
Thou art not far from the kingdom of God.
Paper cut.
Bleeding.
Really bad, actually. It must have hit an artery.
Your nose.
Yeah, I knew I shouldn't have partied last night with Lindsay Lohan.
Every time I bring a girl home, you guys try to eat her. It's not fair.
Come on.
Someone here order Chinese food?
Quick, they'll be hungry again in half an hour.
And again. How you doing, Ryan? You good?
I'm good.
Cool. Cool. I just thought I'd have a watch party just because I couldn't sleep. So I thought I'd do it before Stop comes on in like an hour and a half-ish. So I've got two videos. One's of an iceberg that passes this village. I don't know what village and all that is. I haven't watched it. And they spot that something's on it. They're used to seeing icebergs floating by here and there, but this is a massive one. And they spot something on it. Don't know exactly what, but here we go. And there's another video. Just it's about this. I haven't watched it, like I say, but the first couple of minutes of it, it shows old globe models with land masses and that on it, and also some disc models. Cool. Hence why the thumbnail says globes, discs, and icebergs, and the name of the stream is Globes Galore, Discs, and More. So, but I think we'll start off before the globes one. We'll start off with the longest one, which is half an hour long, the iceberg one. I know it's not scriptural. I know it's not flat Earth or anything, but it's just something different. Today, even when I did the stream today, it was about Coventry. So I just had a break from scripture and stuff like that, you know. Is that Roger? Is that Roger messaging me back? I bet he's still at work, isn't he? So I give him the link, so he's probably still at work. Thinking about it, I don't know.
Yeah, he's still at work.
Yeah. Oh no, it was Dylan. It's Dylan that sent me it. It was Dylan that talked to me. Anyway, let me just say hello to the peeps in the chat. I'm glad you guys come. 5 is here. That's better than nothing, guys. I'm not going to talk much. We'll just have a watch party. Obviously, I might have a few things to say, but yeah, it's more of a watch party just because I couldn't sleep. I'm not on till tomorrow night, so I thought, why not? Because Ryan and Roger will be on in say about 6 hours time-ish, 5 to 6 hours time maybe. And then I'm not on till nighttime because I'm in place of Flats tomorrow night. So Flats is normal time, which this stream is already set out. I set out before this one. This one was just an off-the-cuff thing just because I wasn't sleeping. I can feel my eyes going already, so I dare say by the end of it I'll be able to sleep. So let me say hello to everybody. Barbara, good to see you. Jehovah's daughter Barbara. Blessings. Always a pleasure. Ryan, always a pleasure, of course. And we have Derek Nelson. Bless you, man. Vicky's not up. Vicky's not up. She's asleep. She's asleep. If she wakes up and sees this, I dare say she'll come on. But nah, she's asleep at the minute. Dylan, good to see you, man. Good to see you. Me and Dylan's been talking on Messenger. Good to see you, bro. And we have Hugo Barrow. Good to see you as well, brother. And there we go. We've got 6 people at the minute. I think we'll just get straight into it. If you've got anything to say, Ryan, give us a shout. Otherwise, I mean, I'll have a few things to say, but let's just have a watch. Let's get rid of the banner. So we've got full screen. Let me and Ryan be little. Let's be a little circles.
We be little.
Circles. Yeah, like that, man. Yeah. And we shall present a video file. Let's go with because the other one, the other one is the I called it something different, but the globe one's got the globes, is called Imperial Earth Apple Edrup Fell of Nuremberg Ancient whatever's Jamango. Hold on a minute. Let Chris in. How you doing, Chris?
Hey, fine, teacher.
Good to see you, bro. Listen, yeah, she loved that. She loved it. She loved the Barbara hasn't seen it yet. She loved the video. She's going to use it obviously next time she's live. But there's a few spelling mistakes. Will I point it out to you now? The spelling mistakes.
Yeah, that's what I meant.
Just get it up.
How dare you?
Like something to change, just
Yeah.
tell me
I'll show
that,
you,
and I will change for her.
I'll show you now. Right, Barbara. If Barbara, you're here at the minute, this is yours and Vicky's intro that Chris made for you. But there's a few spelling mistakes. So if Vicky loves it, and this Barbara hasn't seen it yet, so I'll play it through. And then
No problem.
I'll play it through, but then I'll show.
Tell me what to change.
I'll play it through, then I'll show you the mistakes. Okay, bro? It's not many. It's only 2.
No problem.
Right, this is it. This is like the intro. This needs background. It's for about 20 seconds, right? The top is perfect. You've got Barbara and Vicky's stream, YouTube channel. Feel welcome to, right, to our lives, right? Our doesn't have an E. Our beliefs, sorry. Our beliefs.
What doesn't have an E?
Listen, our doesn't have an E.
Our,
Yeah,
yes.
it's just O-U-R, no E. Beliefs.
Okay,
Listen,
I check this out. Okay.
I'll write it all down for you, but listen, beliefs is
Supposed to be belief with an F,
listen,
right?
Yeah. B-E-L-I-E-F-S.
Okay, I checked those
beliefs,
2 out.
right? Okay.
Okay.
And then the bottom here, you've put video stream. It should say video streamed by, not stream ED, yeah, and by Barbara and Vicky. You've missed out the C there. You've got it at the top, but you missed it there. So what I'll do is when I see you tomorrow on my stream or whatever, I'll write it all down. Or do you want me to write it in the private chat now? I'll tell you what. I'll email you the mistakes, Chris. Okay.
Okay, but you can write it in the private chat. I make
okay.
It,
well, I'd rather do it in email. It's a lot easier.
No
Because we're just trying to do it.
Sorry, teacher, I don't understand. In the video stream.
I'm saying I will send it to you in an email. I'll send you the mistakes in an email.
No problem. Okay. Perfect.
Okay. Cool. Excellent. Because we're just trying to do a work about it. But yeah, Barbara, this is it. So I'll play it again for you, Barbara, because you haven't seen it yet. But you'll change the mistakes.
Sorry for the writing. Yeah, I believe.
Hey, listen, hey, Vicky loves it. Vicky loves it. But here it is, guys. 5 seconds long, same thing, but it's good.
I
There you go. And
Yeah,
thanks
it's
for doing that,
just a
Chris.
short
Man.
one,
Thanks for
but I
doing that.
enjoyed making it, and
Yeah, I know, dude.
if you
Brilliant.
like
Thanks
it,
for that, bro.
it's okay, man, no problem. But I changed it. Please tell me what is
Yeah,
perfect.
yeah. Like I say, I will email you what you need to do. Okay.
Yeah, great,
Cool,
great.
brother.
Okay.
Thanks for doing that, man. Thanks for doing that.
Yeah, no
Thanks.
problem.
Okay.
I keep him up.
It's a watch party, like I said. So let's start off with the longest one, which is hold on. Someone's emailed me. Not emailed me. Someone has it's but maybe Vicky. Oh, wait. Hold on. You sending me thumbnails. I woke myself up by slamming my shut. I'm just going to take 2 seconds. I'll let Vicky know I'm live. Just in case she's still awake. Live.
I got it check.
See if she sees it. See if she sees it. When did she come out on? All right, it was only a minute ago. She should see it. Or 6 minutes ago, unless she's fell back asleep. Oh well, I'll wait and see. I'll wait and see. She'll come in if Roger Lidwell. Hello, Mr. Lidwell.
How are you doing today, sir?
Oh groovy, sir. Oh groovy.
Dude,
So,
I heard an excellent rebuttal that we did
Yeah.
the same thing on Flatsis.
Yeah,
Adam nailed it all, dude. He put
Yeah.
Toon out of commission. Yeah, the whole
Yeah.
thing with the bowl, the mathematics and all that stuff. It's not referring to the circumference of the bowl at all. He broke it down. He's
Right.
good at math, you know. So
Right.
yeah, everything that Toon threw out there and that whole thing was worthless, dude. It was
It
all
was crap, wasn't it? It was
Yeah.
terrible.
It
It
is.
was terrible, bro.
It made
It
me
was
laugh.
not worth it. Like that's what I'm saying, dude. He was, it was despicable that he was allowed that platform in a church, dude. And the congregation said nothing. Nothing.
Well, they
Really
don't know
bad,
better,
man.
you know?
Really bad. Couldn't believe it.
Right.
Couldn't believe it. Crazy.
I hear Chris has got
Are
mic
you
problems.
surprised, PJ? Are you
No,
surprised
Well,
that
I'm not
nobody said
surprised.
anything?
No, I'm not surprised at all. But it's still shocking behavior. Still shocking
It's
behavior.
very upsetting, yeah.
just checking something. Sorry, guys.
Anyway, let's get on with this. I'll get the spell. Like I say, no split shot tonight and no flat earth tonight. Flat earth is definitely tomorrow night though. I've definitely got a flat earth thing for
So,
tomorrow night.
PJ, I'm gonna be like watching. I'm still at work, so I gotta hop in and say hi.
No
guys.
probs, dude. No probs. I wasn't sure if you were still working, but Ryan said you were. So all good,
Yeah,
bro. You know the score. All good.
right.
Bless you, man.
I'll be watching you.
No
Later.
problem, dude. Right, let's do it. Let's video file it.
No, there's no problem to change. I already saw it.
Cool.
Eastside village of Haven's Edge, the arrival of a massive iceberg just off the coast was a spectacle that drew everyone's attention. The townspeople, accustomed to the occasional drift of ice from the north, gathered to observe this colossal visitor. However, as the morning light grew stronger, revealing the iceberg's true form, a collective gasp echoed among the crowd. The stunned residents turned pale, their eyes fixed on the unbelievable sight that the iceberg had brought so close to their homes. Everybody who had lived in this small town long enough had gotten a...
Tell Vicky I'm live on WhatsApp. I said, babe, I'm live on WhatsApp. I says I'm live and give her some the X's for kisses. And she says, she thought I misspelled love. And she says, I live you too. I was like, no, I'm live on YouTube. Anyway, let's carry on. See what she says.
Accustomed to the occasional ice floating in their cold ocean. But nobody here had seen anything like this before. For ice to reach this place, it had to travel fairly far, and the ice mostly melted on the way over here. But this was clearly not the case this time.
That's the thing. I mean, look at the size of that and it's already half melted. Isn't that crazy? That's huge.
It's mountains, yes, and underground they're like bigger than above.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There you go. Right, we can still hardly hear you. Your mic's still terrible, Chris.
Hey,
Babe, hello. Babe,
What?
hello. Hiya.
Hello.
I was just I just showed Chris. Yes, I thank Chris for, and I showed Barbara
Oh,
the
thank you,
intro,
Chris. I've seen
and
it.
I,
It's
I
good.
pointed out the mistakes, but I'll email him to him so he knows them. Okay.
I hope you like it, and I
It
will
is
correct
good, thank you.
She loves it. She
my
loves it.
mess.
No, it's
And
really
then I
good.
will send it back to you, okay, Becky?
Thank
Roger
you.
says hi, Dave.
When you like
Me,
to.
Roger.
Did you think I said to you, I love you? I
No,
I'm,
because
I was saying to
you
you, I'm
have
lying.
lived before.
Yeah, I think you thought I was misspelling love, didn't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe dick.
I did.
Cool,
Look, it's 1 o'clock in the morning. I haven't
I know,
slept
baby.
since I come
No,
home.
I couldn't sleep, so that's why I'm doing this. So doing this, and obviously we'll be probably about an hour and a half or something, then I'll probably sleep again. I'll try. Obviously, I want to be finished in time so people can get to Sovs. You know what I mean? Because Sov for us is on in about an hour and a half. So I should be then, because this one's half an hour, and I'm not talking much, babe. It's more of a watch party, and the other one is. Hold on, let me just quickly go through it. The one
Is
with
this
the
the
blue.
24-hour sun thing? Is this a video
22
about
hour.
the 24-hour thing?
Okay. Right, no, this is not about 24 hours. No, nothing to do with it.
Oh, I thought
Right.
maybe it was the beginning of that.
No. Right, let's go.
Either this iceberg had started out as the biggest floating iceberg in human history, or it had melted significantly less than the ice would normally do, which both...
Oh, Dylan, yeah, definitely. Me and Vicky, Vicky, babe. Dylan says he's got to show us some of his paintings, and me and you can pick out one, and then I'm just paying for the postage and package, and then he'll pass us on one. You know what I mean?
Oh, thank you, Dylan.
So yeah, definitely. Well, when you do that, I'll have a look at him with Vicky.
I want one.
Yeah.
Did you go on his Facebook?
I will do, but he's got to send some specifically. You know what I mean? To look at him. Well, you know what I mean? Definitely.
Nice.
I love your paintings, man. They're fantastic. What I've seen so far.
He's so
Absolutely
talented.
fantastic. Oh, definitely.
I have not seen his paintings. I will have to look.
And I'll show you one. I'll show you one now. Hold on. Is it in my?
His avatar is one
WhatsApp,
of his
babe?
paintings as well.
Was it in my WhatsApp? Did I send it to you?
No, I put the link in.
Oh, right. It was the link. Oh, yeah. I can go and get it now. Just straight.
Click on his name. No, because it was in the chat.
I'll get it. Go channel. All right, and there we go. I'll show you one of them, Ryan. Right here. Share screen.
If you look at Dylan's avatar, it's one of his paintings as
There you
well.
go. Right, that's one of them. Look. Cool, isn't it?
You need to zoom in, baby.
I'll zoom in a little bit. It doesn't zoom, so I'll have to zoom the screen. Right, there you go. So there you go. Look, sun, mountain there as well. Brilliant, man. I think it's fantastic.
And I do.
Waterfall.
Very good.
It's cool, isn't it? Really cool.
That makes me want to ask him to paint something for me deliberately.
Well, he might do it. He might do that.
Dylan does sell his artwork, though.
Well, he is. He's trying to sell some.
Well, I'll pay for it. I'm not.
That's what I said. I said to my dad for it as well, and he's giving me what he says as long as I pay for the postage packaging, which obviously the shipping.
Yeah, I give him some business. I mean, that's the whole idea, right?
Of course. Oh, fantastic, man. Definitely.
I've been on him for ages, and to put him on his channel, and he did it. He put one on there, and it's. But if you look at his avatar, that's one of his paintings.
He says the longer you look at it, the more you see. The more you see.
Yeah.
Not make too
I
much
love
sense.
that though.
I mean,
and while
Great job on the
most-
moon, though. It looks a lot like it.
It's fantastic, man. I love it. And
I love the purple. Purple's one of my favorites.
He sent me another one on Facebook out there. I thought it was great, man. Fantastic, man. I haven't got my messenger set up on there. Hold on a minute. No.
Hi, Barbara.
Okay, so iceberg then.
Barbara.
What?
Barbara. Sergio said he will do his testimony about being dead, like dying, and being brought back.
He did. He said he'd do a testimony. That'd be cool.
Speak of him. He's in charge, Sergio.
Oh, he just turned up and shouted it.
Hi.
When are you guys going to start that? You're starting that this week
It'll probably
on
be
your
next
channel?
week.
Next week, maybe. Yeah, because you've got some stuff on, so next week.
But
what day are you doing, Ben?
Huh?
What day are you doing next week? What do you want
It'll
to do?
probably be a Wednesday if that's
A
all right
Wednesday.
with Sergio and Barbara.
Okay.
Same time.
Yeah, 10:30. No, like we were talking today, weren't we? On watching the video about Coventry and the homeless and that, and I think the more we talk about recovery and coming out the other side of addiction, the more people will see that they can get through it.
Agreed. Anyway, let's carry on.
Stunned by the size of the ice, there was one person who noticed something very different about this incredible natural phenomenon. Michael had been scanning the iceberg with his very high-quality binoculars for a while now. He was fascinated by the sight. But when he let his gaze glide over the top of the ice...
I'll do that, Sergio, not a problem.
Yeah, you can, because when I set it up, I'll send PJ the link for StreamYard, and Barbara, I'll send it to your messenger as always.
Yeah, not a problem.
He was suddenly stopped when he thought he saw something very much out of the ordinary. There was clearly something moving up there.
Waterfall, that was great.
I didn't get that, Chris. It's really, really muffled.
You're really mumbly.
It's not him. It's something wrong with his mic. It's really muffled.
No, I know. I gathered that.
It was on flat.
I know. It's messed, my technology.
That's better. That's a bit
better.
It's
a little better. It's not brilliant, but it's better.
There. Michael could not get a good view of what it was exactly, but he was sure that there was something. But after observing it for a few seconds, the movement disappeared to the other side of the iceberg, and Michael could not see it anymore. He was stunned.
So I didn't watch this far enough to know what it was, whether it's a person, an animal, or whatever. But yeah, obviously it was somewhat living.
But also deadly curious as to what the hell could be on that iceberg. Whatever or whoever it was had to have been on there for days or even weeks. The ice does not exactly travel fast in the slow drift of the ocean. What could it have survived for all that time?
You can actually see there, can't you, that how much is on top of the iceberg compared to the big mass that's underneath the water, beneath the surface.
Yeah. How deep this goes. This is crazy.
Yeah.
And why was it at the top of the iceberg? That seemed to be by far the most dangerous place on this melting piece of temporary land. Michael was unsure of what to do next. Should he tell somebody? Michael doubted that they would even believe it. He had no proof of what he had seen, and in all honesty, he was not...
Ryan says he'd do it as well.
Aye, Ryan, definitely.
Yeah, of course we need people. Testimony. Yeah. The more testimony, the better. Definitely.
Unsure if he believed it himself. He could also just leave this for what it was and just continue with his life. If there really was something to be seen on the ice, it would reveal itself again. But that is not how Michael's mind worked. Anything exciting or interesting that happened in this sleeping town, he was going to jump on it. He was so bored on a daily basis and needed things to keep his mind occupied.
Look at that building. Isn't that mad? Buildings like that on the coast of freezing places.
It reminds me of the Addams Family.
It certainly does. Certainly does.
And this movement on a large iceberg was exactly what he needed.
Brian.
This was going to be his adventure. Michael decided not to tell anybody what he had seen and wanted to go to the iceberg alone.
Dude, it doesn't matter. You can make suggestions, you know that, Ryan. Doesn't matter. You can make suggestions or anything. Of course,
I haven't asked anybody. That's why I did a community post saying if anyone wants to do it, let me know.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because I don't want to push anyone into doing it.
Yeah, of course. I just wasn't sure because I've kind of given my witness really kind of on the show, the first show you guys did. So I wasn't sure if you still wanted me to do that. That's all.
Of course. Yeah, because there'll be things that you remember that you want to talk about, or you might want to elaborate on certain things. So yeah. Definitely.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, let me know. Let me know if you want to set it up.
No,
or whatever.
definitely, Ryan. I'll do Sergio's next Wednesday, and then I'll set to do yours up.
How is it? I figured.
All right, just let me know when and
Thank
all that,
you.
and what you want from me, and
Well,
I'll
I'm gonna
plan it
ask
out
you
and
like
do it ready to do.
loads of questions. I'm gonna get a torch and shine it on you.
Like Barbara said.
Not really.
I like torches.
I figured the invitation was extended to anyone who wished to share theirs. Absolutely, and that's
So did I, Barbara. But you know, some people like Barbara wants to do hers, but she wants to wait a bit. And I get it. So yeah.
Yeah, that was kind of what I was thinking. Is I'd wait. I didn't want to be like, first. I don't know why I thought that. I just didn't want to be the first one.
I think the more people do it, the more people will be like, do you know what? They've all done it. I can do it.
Yeah.
It's getting that.
Well, yeah, I think
that
once they see the way you're doing it and how you're portraying it, I think they'll probably be more.
That's right.
Well, yeah, because nothing's getting twisted. It's nobody can spin.
Well, there's always a worry of
it.
that because we have an audience. But I get
Of course. Yeah, but then like negative comments and that, you just ignore and just there's. You can talk about what you want to talk about and don't talk about what you don't want to talk about. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Exactly. There's some troll in the chat saying Vicky Ryan is a weirdo.
Roger, we're all weirdos.
I am a weirdo. Get used to it.
We're all weirdos.
There we go. Let's do it.
He knew that he could lend the small speedboat of his brother-in-law, as he took that often. And he went to a store in town to buy some ice climbing equipment to help him get to the top of the iceberg if needed. But that purchase, of course, raised some eyebrows. Everybody in the town knew about the giant iceberg that had just shown up in the ocean. When Michael suddenly went to buy ice climbing...
Sorry, it's a town. I said in my description it was a village. Sorry.
Gear,
well,
it was not
a
difficult for the shop owner to put one and one together. He asked Michael why he wanted to go and climb the iceberg. In his eyes, that was such an incredibly stupid and dangerous thing to do. And of course,
blue and a green
he
eye.
was right.
Yeah, it's not the but if you see life there, I think you're going to try and help, aren't you? But we still don't know what it was, whether it was animal, human, but it's got to be something. I mean, hopefully this is true. I mean, I've come across it. I can't see why it would be made up, but it's a possibility. But there was obviously that big old iceberg because that was madness, man. Wow.
All Michael wanted to tell him was that he had his reason and that he was going to do it with or without the ice climbing gear. And it would be a much more dangerous endeavor if he went without the gear. The store owner hesitated a bit, but eventually sold the climbing gear to Michael. But he was not just going to leave it at that. Michael quickly went home to make some preparations for his journey to the top of the iceberg. He had already called his brother-in-law and he would already put the key in the boat. Nobody was going to stake around here anyway. But just as Michael was ready to head out to the boat, he suddenly heard a knock on the door. Through the window, he saw a police car in front of his house. Michael immediately realized what must have happened. The store owner had surely called the police after their encounter at the store, and they were now sending a unit to his house to either try to talk him out of it or arrest him altogether. Michael had to make a decision.
By a unit, do you mean a police unit, or do they mean a big old guy? Let's see.
Quick.
A unit,
it would be smarter to just surrender himself and give up on this
look
adventure.
At the star. Look at the lovely star in that uniform. Isn't that beautiful? I know it's not the exact lyric. Well, it is, isn't it? 1, 2, 3. Yeah, it is. 6-point star. Yeah, it's still the same star.
Oh, yeah, look.
Different angle.
But Michael did not want that at all. He wanted nothing more to get to that iceberg, and he was ready to risk it all for it. With the police knocking on his door again, Michael snuck out the back of his home and...
I'd love to see something like that. I mean, I've seen snow, seen ice, but I've never seen icebergs, man. I'd love to see something like that. I'd love it. Love to see that.
Nice
took an alleyway.
Beautiful, freezing, but beautiful.
Babe.
Way to get her.
Yes?
I'm muted because I'm making a cup of tea.
All right, baby.
Around the house and stay out of their view. From there, he went directly to the harbour. He knew precisely where the boat was. He knew he had to stay out of sight until he got there. If the police found out that he had run away from there, then there would be hell to pay. And when he returned home after climbing the iceberg, that would be the situation anyway. But then, Michael could have peace with facing the consequences. As the police knocked, Michael slipped out his back door, his heart racing. He knew the hidden paths of Haven's Edge like the back of his hand. Moving quickly, he stayed in the shadows, avoiding well-lit streets. The adrenaline surged through him.
I don't think they care. Well, maybe just for his safety, Ryan. Maybe for no other reason. I don't think it's illegal, but I think they might care for his safety. Maybe that. But yeah, it's not legal, is it? Unless they've got bylaws over there that they've got rough guidelines.
Yeah.
Don't find icebergs.
You can do everything, instead you're allowed to.
Yeah.
Blurring caution with recklessness. His mind was fixated on one goal, uncovering the iceberg's secrets. The risk of confrontation with the police seemed insignificant compared to the mystery awaiting him at sea. Michael moved through the town's alleys, a maze of forgotten paths and
What mystery?
shortcuts. He paused, crouched behind bins as a police car
It's a
rolled
block of
past.
ice, dude. Like, what's so
The
mysterious?
familiar sounds of the seaside town now
Figo block. The mystery is what's on it. That's what the mystery is. It's what's on
What's
top of
on it?
Something-
What, like, what's on? Oh,
Yeah,
something on it.
that's
Okay.
what it's about. It came floating past this town. But they're used to seeing icebergs floating past the town. This one was quite big, and when he looked through the binoculars, he could see something or someone, a living thing or someone on top of it. So that's the mystery.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Did you just think it was just the
I
iceberg?
missed that part. I'm sorry.
That's all right. We still don't know what it is yet.
underscored his stealthy escape. Every rustle and distant voice heightened his senses. The mystery of the iceberg, irresistible and extraordinary, propelled him forward, turning the quiet town into a high-stakes game of hide and seek. Emerging from the alleys, Michael saw the harbour, quiet in the early dawn. He moved closer, sticking to the shadows, his eyes searching for his brother-in-law's boat.
Symbolism.
The harbour, usually bustling with activity, was now eerily still. He approached the boat, his heart a mix of fear and excitement. This journey to the iceberg could change everything. He paused, looking back at his town, possibly for the last time. Reaching the boat, Michael listened intently, then stepped aboard silently. Familiar with its every quirk, he untied the ropes.
You think that, Dylan? You think you saw a Yeti on the iceberg? Let's wait and see.
Yeah, but normally ice content isn't so how you say so.
Chris, I really don't understand what you're saying.
Actually, ice climbing isn't so. You don't have to be so careful because you have the shoes and can make a lot of safety things. So it's usually not so.
Okay.
Without a sound. The boat gently bobbed, ready to set off.
Yeah, I hope so too.
Michael glanced back at the shoreline, the silhouette of his town etched against the sky. As he started the engine quietly, he realized this journey to the iceberg might reveal secrets that could change his town forever. Michael steered the boat out of the harbor, keeping it close to the shore, away from patrol routes. He spotted the police boat, its searchlight sweeping the waters. Holding his breath, he navigated into an inlet, waiting for the light to pass. Once clear, he guided the boat back onto the open sea, the iceberg's silhouette beckoning him. Its mysteries, hidden in the sea's cold embrace, awaited his discovery. As the coastline of Haven's Edge faded into the morning mist, Michael set his course toward the iceberg. The harbour's familiarity now a distant memory, he felt a surge of freedom. The open sea lay before him, vast and uncharted. He adjusted the sails, feeling the winds push against the boat. This was no longer just an escape, it was a quest for something extraordinary. Michael knew that whatever lay ahead, his life wouldn't be the same. The sea's calm demeanour soon gave way to rolling waves and howling winds. Michael's boat rocked precariously.
Absolutely, Barbara. Barbara said, I watched that video earlier where a gal claimed we're all God and have the power he has and didn't know whether to laugh or cry. The arrogance of what was said had me shaking my head. Absolutely. People believe this as well. People believe because we're made in his image that we've got his power. Image is not power. We are created. We could never, ever understand God's power, let alone have it. So we cannot ever be God. Ever. So Mormons, up your aim, because you'll never be God.
Let's go
Precariously,
to the
testing his resolve. He gripped the wheel tightly, navigating through the turbulent waters. The ocean, in its untamed glory, challenged him at every turn. As spray crashed over the bow, soaking him, Michael's determination only grew stronger. He was not just battling the sea, but also venturing into the unknown, towards a mystery as deep and wild as the ocean itself. Alone in the vastness of the sea, Michael's thoughts wandered. The monotony of his daily life in Haven's Edge seemed like a distant dream. Here, with nothing but the horizon in every direction, he felt alive. The thrill of the unknown, the adrenaline of the adventure filled him with an excitement he hadn't known he was missing. This journey was more than a chase. It was a liberation from the mundane, a step into a world of possibilities. As Michael neared the iceberg, its sheer size became overwhelming. Towering like a frozen titan from ancient myths, it exuded a silent, awe-inspiring power. The morning sun cast a kaleidoscope of blues and whites on its surface, a mesmerizing display of nature's artistry. Michael felt a twinge of unease mixed with wonder. This colossal visitor from the northern realms stood as a testament to the world's hidden wonders, beckoning him closer to its icy secrets. Michael anchored the boat near the iceberg's towering facade. He gathered his climbing gear, each piece a lifeline in the upcoming ascent. The ropes, picks, and crampons represented more than tools. They were his connection to survival. As he donned his gear, his heart pounded with anticipation. Climbing this icy behemoth was not just a physical challenge. It was a step into the unknown, a test of his courage and resolve. The summit awaited, shrouded in mystery and ice. Michael approached the iceberg's base, the vast wall of ice looming before him. Securing his gear, he took a deep breath and began the ascent. The ice was unforgiving, slippery and cold to the touch. Every step was a battle against...
That sounded really wrong.
Oh, come on. Come on. The ice was unforgiving.
Come on, dude.
Slippery,
Like, I get it.
cold.
You're trying to make it sound interesting.
I know.
It was
It's
cold to the
slippery
touch. I sure hope
and
so.
cold to the touch. Talk about bloody pointing out the obvious. Oh, sorry, man. That's did an AI must have wrote the script. An AI must have wrote the script. Surely,
Yeah.
he's just reading it out.
I
Wow.
just can say I climbed one frozen waterfall and it wasn't hard because when you have the right, things with you, you can save yourself all the time. So it isn't so hard.
Mhm.
It's actually great to climb ice.
Right.
Yeah.
unpredictable surface. He
Hey,
planted
oh.
his ice axe firmly, pulling himself up with cautious determination.
Greg B said stop. Greg B said stop talking into a cup. I don't know. Something wrong with his mic. I can't understand what he's saying either. But hey, good to see you, Greg B. Good to see you, bro. Nice one for coming. I think you must be new here, Greg. Are you? You been before, Greg? You been before?
I don't know. Click on his name. I can't go in, chat.
I think have you been before, Greg? I'm not sure. I've seen your name, obviously, but I don't know
Well,
if
if
you've
you
been
press,
here.
it'll tell. If you go on history, it'll tell you.
I know. All right. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Of course you are. Yeah. You haven't. Why aren't you blue then? Yeah. You should be a moderator. There you go. Same moderator rant. I like everybody in blue. I like everybody to be equal. I don't have many trolls. Vicky takes care of that. But in case they do have trolls, then you're on, just in case. It may seem pointless for everybody being blue to be spanned up, but at least you're armed. No,
I can
bless you. I
time
don't
myself
understand if you've
though.
been before why you didn't get a wrench. Okay, you got one now.
Look, I got power. I took Mikey Smith's wrench off him.
I know Vicky took Mikey Smith's wrench off him. Well, I don't blame her. She hasn't banned him, which is good, but I
Not
don't
yet.
blame her because I haven't got a wrench in his, you know. But I mean,
No, but
talking Jim later, just because his things are different, his observations are different. You know what I mean? So
yeah, but Jim's not
I wasn't
claiming
making any
anything.
claims on what the observations are. You know what I mean? So it shouldn't have made a difference to him. You know. Anyway, babe, he's in numpty at the minute. So I told him I love him, but you know what I mean? Get off your high horse. Simple.
Yeah, but he does it repeatedly. Like it's
I know.
always the same.
I
It
know.
gets to the point where you're sick of it. And for me, Jim, Jim only has a little channel. Mikey's got over 2,000 subs. Like, why are you bitching?
I know. And
Hi, Jeff.
Barbara's right as well. That
Well,
it's easier to share links.
I think I can understand why he's bitching, because he thought, me and Roger gave him the idea that, we were into his stuff and all that. And then I guess I started putting, thumbs up on Jim's stuff because Jim would post it every time he'd come in. But Mikey hasn't come into the show. He hasn't really come in at all. We talked to him once, I think. So, I mean, if he wants us to push his stuff, then all he has to do is come on the show. That's it.
Yeah, I do. That's the thing. But it wasn't because of that. He actually.
He did a
It's
live
hold on, babe. It's because I showed Jim stuff. He said it.
Yeah.
He made a stream
He did
of
a
it.
live on it.
Babe, hold on a minute. I'm saying he
Well, I don't know.
he told us that he said it. He said he messaged me on Messenger saying, "Why are you showing that? It's not the truth. What the guy should take down his channel. It's not the truth." Yeah,
I got you. I do kind of see where he's coming from, though. I do. I mean, not saying that he's right to say that, but I'm saying I do get.
Yeah, no, he's not right. But the thing is, he's not right at all because we haven't made any claims on it. All we're saying is we're looking. Yes, it's a P900. It might not be the best to observe stars, but all we're doing is looking at what Jim has observed. He hasn't made any claims. He doesn't even speak in his videos. He hasn't made any claims. So what's wrong in looking at that through looking at stars to a P900 if you're not making any claims? He hasn't made any claims, and we never made any claims. So he hasn't got the right to say that.
He's just showing.
I understand what he's saying.
Yeah.
He hasn't got the right to.
Yeah.
See you later, Dylan.
Dylan, bless you, man. Bless you. And hello, Jeff Hunt. Good to see you, bro.
Barbara's right. I don't. It's arrogance in my book. That's true. Like to play a video, to play PJ and Michael showing it and that, and bitching about it. Like, get a grip. Look, this is PJ's channel. If PJ wants to share Mikey Smith stuff, that's up to him. And he has done. He's had Mikey on the show. Mikey doesn't come on that often. He doesn't even come in chat that often. But you're bitching about somebody not showing stuff because it's somebody else's. Whether you've got a massive channel or a tiny channel, what people share on their own channels is their effing business, nobody else's.
Dave, stop effing. It means the same thing. Anyway, this link here, this is Chris's channel. Chris, it's on the panel here. It's his channel there, guys. Link for his channel. Shaven, as he says. Right, yeah, babe. No, you're completely right. He hasn't got a right to be like that. There's no need. We never made any claims whatsoever. We're just watching, looking at what Jim presented, puts on his channel. Like I say, he does it on his channel. He's got plenty of videos, but not one word has he said. Not one word.
I banned Mikey Smith on Flatzoids ages ago because he'd come in, he'd been all nicey nice, and then he went away, come back another day, and he was bitching about super chats. Mikey has the green-eyed monster, and he's jealous. Do you know what?
Exactly.
If he wasn't such a nasty, bitter, twisted man, people might actually watch his stuff.
He said things like, Flatsoid doesn't deserve them super chats. What does he think that if Flatsoid didn't get him, that he's getting them? That's not how it works, dude. You know. It's just ridiculous. If people decide to give him super chats, people decide to give him super chats. Simple as that. Nothing to do with flats.
Yes.
It's all right when Mikey's making money.
It's not about him deserving anything. He didn't ask for them. He was given them.
No, but it's all right when Mikey's given money. He ain't moaning when he's given money, but he bitches about anybody else having it.
I know.
Because what, he drives around in his car.
He makes so good videos, you know.
Anyway, this is not a bitching fest.
He's a great guy.
Watch party. I can't understand what you're saying, Chris. I can't keep listening to that mumble. I can't. I just don't understand what you're saying, bro. Honestly, I can't.
Sound of his breath and the crunch of ice underfoot were the only noises in the silent expanse. As he climbed higher, the slopes steepened and the crevices widened. Michael maneuvered through this icy labyrinth, his muscles straining with each movement. The cold air bit at his exposed skin, a constant reminder of the harsh environment.
Cold air bit at
He
his
focused on his technique, finding rhythm in his movements. Each new height conquered brought a mix of relief and renewed challenge. The physical limits he once knew were being redefined with every meter ascended. Alone on the ice, the world below seemed a distant memory. Michael's thoughts wandered amidst the exertion. The solitude was piercing, magnified by the vast, empty expanse around him. He reflected on his life back in Haven's Edge, the simplicity of his daily routine contrasting starkly with his current endeavour. Here, suspended between sky and sea, he found a strange peace, his mind as clear as the ice that surrounded him.
He was not suspended between sky and sea.
No rope, nothing.
How was he suspended between sky and sea?
So he did a free climb?
Suspended between sky and sea, you'd have to be
because he's hanging off the side of an iceberg. So the only thing between him and the ocean is air. Get it?
Yeah, well, I do, but yeah, I think it's a bit. Sorry, John.
But he found a thing.
Come really close to your mic, because I really don't.
A real photograph? No. Is this a real photograph?
A real photograph.
Yes, well, it could be.
Well, we don't know. It might just be a photograph of some guy climbing the ice. We don't know.
Be, yeah.
Okay.
Because this is, I mean, all the icebergs we've seen in this story have been all.
It's stock footage. Yeah, it's probably stock footage.
Yeah.
Right, babe.
Start off with, I thought that big iceberg was the one, but obviously it wasn't, because I was saying how big it was and massive. But
no, I just meant that the rope is missing yesterday for his safety. You know, he's like free climbing.
I'm gonna watch on the telly.
Are you okay?
Yeah, babe. It's just 3:30 in the morning. 1:30 in the morning. 3:30. It's 1:30. What planet am I on?
I've got to try and get it done in an hour.
It's 5:33 p.m. here.
All right, babe. Love you.
Love you.
I'll try and get finished. I'll try and get finished for the next hour, so you can get to socks. Obviously, socks anyway, but you know what I'm saying. I don't want to overlap. So, bye.
Love you. Bye.
Bye.
With each challenging step, Michael's determination only grew. He pushed through fatigue, driven by a deep-seated need to discover what lay atop this frozen giant. Every slip, every hard-won foothold was a testament to his resolve. He remembered the looks of disbelief when he'd spoken of this venture. Those doubts, now distant echoes, fueled his resolve. He was no longer just a man on an iceberg. He was a seeker of truths, undaunted by the enormity of nature. Nearing the summit, the purpose of Michael's journey weighed on his mind. What had started as a daring adventure was now a profound quest. He pondered what he hoped to find at the top. Was it just the thrill of the climb, or something deeper? Each step brought him closer, not just to the physical peak, but to an understanding of his own limits and desires. The summit, shrouded in mist and mystery, beckoned him to discover not just its secrets, but his own.
I want to go back a little second to that iceberg. See the colour of that? It's so compact.
Was it just the thrill of the climb?
So compact it almost looks blue, but obviously there might be a filter over that, but the ice certainly looks blue, doesn't it? So compact, I suppose. Reflective of the sky maybe as well.
Yeah. It looks a little bit like CGI.
It does, a little bit, yeah. It does.
A little bit.
climb or something deeper? Each step brought him closer, not just to the physical peak, but to an understanding of his own limits and desires. The summit, shrouded in
Progress is it. Thanks for streaming, PG. I was tired of researching. And just that's great, innit? Make me your excuse so you can bunk off. Why not? Why not? Not a problem, Barbara. Not a problem.
It's okay.
It gets like that sometimes, and sometimes you get too into it. Sometimes you get too into it, and you just have to get out of that headspace for a minute or two. Definitely.
Yeah, I understand this picture. Here in my area is also now 2 in the morning, 35 minutes.
Of course.
Yeah.
mist and mystery beckoned him to discover not just its secrets, but his own. Perched on a ledge, Michael took a moment to rest. The endless expanse of ice stretched around him, a white desert under the blue sky. He pondered his life choices that led him here, alone on an iceberg. Each decision, each turn had brought him to this moment of solitude amidst the vastness.
Greg, he's got a brother as well that uses the same Jam Mango and Mike Van. If it was Jam Mango, then it was Chris it was on, wasn't it?
Mike Van Dyke, you mean, yes?
Yeah, but was you on Sovereign's yesterday?
Sorry?
Was you on Sovereign Soul's channel yesterday?
So, yeah, I was on it with the hurricane thing, you know?
Yeah, the hurricane one, yeah, it was him.
Yeah, that was great with Soul, really.
Yeah, it's just the Mike's gone to pot. He's got a brother as well that sounds very similar, obviously, because they're both Austrian. Mike Van Dyke.
Yeah, it is my brother, Mike Van Dyke.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Of nature. His past life in Haven's Edge seemed almost alien now, a stark contrast to the raw beauty and solitude surrounding him. Catching his breath, Michael reflected on the allure of adventure. To him, it was more than seeking thrills. It was about stepping beyond the known, embracing uncertainty. Adventure meant challenging oneself, confronting fears.
Fair play, Barbara. Yeah, I get you. I like that sometimes as well. Sometimes when I can't be bothered to stream, it's like, I can't be bothered to stream. And then I think to myself, if I don't do it, I think there's something missing. You know, so yeah, I have to do it. So I get you, and I get that. It's good to be with people, man.
Yeah, that's really true.
And limitations. As he gazed at the ice formations around him, he realized that this journey was less about conquering the iceberg and more about exploring the uncharted territories of his own spirit and capabilities. Resuming his climb, Michael saw the summit peeking through the mist.
I know, I don't know why his mic's like that, guys. I really don't. It was like that in A-flats earlier.
Yeah, I don't get why the story, you know. I mean, okay, there's a big iceberg, yeah.
No, we were talking about your mic, why it's so muffled. We don't understand what's going wrong with it.
Yeah.
It's like he's talking through a pillow, isn't it?
I'm sorry. Okay, I can't. Now better?
That's a little better, yeah. A little better.
Yeah.
A blend of excitement and apprehension filled him. The peak, which had been a distant goal, was now within reach. Its presence was both daunting and exhilarating. He wondered what lay ahead at the pinnacle of this icy giant. The summit, once a metaphor for his personal quest, was now a tangible goal, almost within grasp. As Michael drew closer to the top, his heart raced with anticipation. What would he find at the summit? Would it be
You gotta go to the toilet, guys. I'll leave this playing.
The barren peak of a lifeless iceberg or something more? His imagination ran wild with possibilities. This journey, which began with a curious glance through binoculars, had evolved into a profound quest. The nearing summit symbolized the culmination of his physical and mental journey, a testament to his perseverance and curiosity. With the summit in sight, Michael's energy renewed. He pushed himself, climbing with a vigor fueled by curiosity and the nearing end of his journey. Each step was a move towards the unknown, towards the answers he sought. His muscles ached, his breath was heavy, but his spirit was unyielding. The peak, now just a few meters away, beckoned him to uncover the secrets it held, to complete his extraordinary journey. Standing at the summit, Michael was engulfed by a breathtaking panoramic view. The ocean sprawled endlessly below, a tapestry of swirling blues and whites. He felt a surge of triumph at reaching the peak, but it was tinged with disappointment. The summit, a barren expanse of ice and snow, seemed devoid of the answers he sought. His achievement, though monumental, felt hollow against the backdrop of the vast, silent world around him. As he surveyed the area, Michael noticed subtle signs that hinted he wasn't alone. Footprints, barely discernible, led across the snow. They were recent.
Now he's on the top. Now he's on the top of the iceberg and walking around.
You already seen that he wasn't alone when he looked through the binoculars. So yeah, he should have been
It's really a crazy story, man. Really.
I don't even know if it's true. I don't even know if it's true. It could be
disturbed only slightly by the wind. A sense of intrigue replaced his initial disappointment. The presence of another human this far from civilization seemed impossible, yet the evidence was right before his eyes. Who could they be, and why were they here on this remote icy plateau? Exploring further, Michael found undeniable evidence of recent human activity. A discarded piece of rope, a few scattered tools, and a makeshift shelter partially buried in snow. Each discovery deepened the mystery. The items were weathered, but not enough to have been here for long. Questions swirled in Michael.
Kirby said, the video reminds me of those fake website articles that make you click through the elongated story only to show you endless pop-up adverts, but you really want to finish the story. Don't think I ever tried them. You get things like ARGs, don't you? Like
Yeah,
ARGs.
there are some AI stuff in it. Yeah, there is some in it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mind. Who had been here, and what had they been doing? The desolate summit had transformed into a scene of intrigue and unanswered queries. The clues at the summit raised more questions than they answered. Michael puzzled over the situation. The footprints, the tools, the shelter, they all suggested a purposeful presence, not just a stranded individual. But what purpose could someone have in this remote, unforgiving environment? The lack of clear answers added a layer of complexity to his adventure. The iceberg, silent and imposing, held its secrets tightly. Driven by the unfolding mystery, Michael intensified his search. He scoured the summit, looking for any additional clues that might offer insight into the enigmatic presence. Each step took him deeper into the puzzle, his eyes scanning the icy landscape for anything out of the ordinary. The thrill of discovery reinvigorated him, each potential clue a piece of a larger, unseen puzzle. The iceberg, once a mere physical challenge, had become a mystery to unravel. Michael's thorough exploration of the summit area led to startling discoveries. Hidden behind a large ice formation, he found a series of deep grooves in the ice, not natural formations, but seemingly man-made. Nearby, a small, partially buried metal box caught his attention. Inside, he found a collection of old, faded photographs depicting the iceberg in various stages of its journey. These intriguing finds suggested a story far more complex than he had imagined.
Sorry, I have to mute you.
As he delved deeper,
I had to mute just then. It sounded awful. You were chopping it up or something like with an axe.
Michael stumbled upon evidence of human habitation. A circle of stones, blackened by soot, indicated a makeshift fire pit. Nearby, a collection of empty food cans and water bottles was neatly piled. This was not the aftermath of a brief visit. Someone had spent a significant amount of time here. Michael's heart raced with curiosity. Who could have survived in such isolation, and what had driven them to this frozen solitude? Venturing further, Michael...
I'm loving the speculations, Greg B. Loving the speculations. The cartel stuffed the iceberg full of drugs and drifted into
of course.
Discovered a makeshift shelter tucked into a crevice,
constructed
from a tarpaulin and supported by a framework of ice axes. The shelter was rudimentary but ingenious. Inside, a sleeping bag and some personal belongings lay scattered. This hidden haven, a testament to human resilience, hinted at a prolonged presence on the iceberg. Michael was awed by the occupants' resourcefulness in surviving the harsh conditions. Scattered around the shelter were personal items and supplies that painted a picture of a lone survivor. A worn-out journal, its pages filled with handwritten notes and sketches, lay beside a wind-up flashlight and a knife. The sight of a photograph showing a smiling individual in front of a research station tugged at Michael's heart. These remnants of human existence amidst the desolation of the iceberg stirred a deep sense of wonder and empathy in him. The most revealing discovery came when Michael found scientific equipment near the shelter. Weathered notebooks filled with detailed observations and data alongside a broken Geiger counter and a battered telescope hinted at a scientific purpose behind the occupants' presence. This revelation shifted Michael's perspective. The iceberg, once a symbol of nature's untamed beauty, now also represented a chapter
little tiny globe. Little tiny globe.
Of human endeavor, possibly a research mission gone
Maybe
awry.
Chris, there's no point in talking. Honestly, I really can't understand what you're saying.
Okay, so I stop. I make it out with.
Yeah, I really can't understand it. And then when you come close to it, it sounds horrible. It's like rah, rah, rah. So yeah, I'm sorry, dude, but I really can't understand what you're saying. So there's no point in saying that. I'm sorry, dude, unless you type it in the private, you know. I can't, honestly, do not understand a word. Sorry, buddy.
Skies turned as a fierce blizzard engulfed the summit. Michael, caught off guard, scrambled to build a shelter. Using the tarpaulin from the...
I know, bro. You don't need to say sorry, man. I know it's cool. It's cool. But I know if I could understand you, it'd be fine. But there's no point. It just makes noise. You know what I mean? But bless you, man. Bless you.
Discovered haven and his climbing ropes, he hastily constructed a makeshift refuge against the howling winds.
Yeah,
the ice around him became a blur of white fury, and every second mattered in his fight against the rapidly worsening conditions. His survival instincts kicked in, guiding his actions. Inside his crude shelter, Michael battled the relentless elements. The wind roared like a wild beast, clawing at the tarpaulin, threatening to rip it apart. He wrapped himself in the sleeping bag, trying to preserve body heat as temperatures plunged. The cold seeped into his bones, a constant reminder of the iceberg's unforgiving nature. Every gust of wind tested the strength of his refuge, a precarious barrier between life and the icy death outside. As the night progressed, Michael's resourcefulness was put to the test.
Yeah, what Ryan said there. We care what you have to say, but you just can't hear. It's hard to hear. I absolutely agree with Ryan. Yeah, no, and there's no...
He rationed the limited food and water he had, mindful of the uncertain days ahead. Using a small stove found in the shelter, he melted snow for drinking water. The situation was dire, but Michael refused to succumb to despair. Each small act of survival, from conserving heat to maintaining his makeshift shelter, was a victory against the merciless environment. Throughout the long, treacherous night, Michael lay awake, the storm's fury echoing around him. His thoughts oscillated between concern for his safety and curiosity about the iceberg's secrets. The isolation was overwhelming, each howl of the wind a reminder of his vulnerability. Yet, in the quiet moments, he planned his next steps. The storm, while a formidable adversary, had not dampened his resolve to unravel the iceberg's mysteries. As dawn broke, the storm gradually subsided, giving way to a serene silence. Michael cautiously emerged from his shelter, greeted by a world transformed by snow and ice. The landscape, though treacherous, was stunningly beautiful, bathed in the soft light of the morning sun. With the easing weather, Michael prepared to continue his exploration. He knew the respite might be brief, but his determination to uncover the truth about the iceberg's inhabitant was unwavering. As the storm cleared, Michael resumed his exploration, uncovering more...
Really drawing out this story, isn't he? But it's okay. It's okay.
More signs of the mysterious inhabitant. Scattered around the shelter were various tools, each with a story to tell. A half-buried notebook, its pages filled with scribbles and sketches caught his attention. Nearby, a pair of worn gloves lay forgotten, frozen in time. Each
I think Chris is trying to find a mic and a camera that works. Says be back in a sec. I think that's what he's saying anyway.
item Michael found added another layer to the unfolding mystery, a tangible connection to the person who once called this icy expanse home. Venturing beyond the shelter, Michael noticed a trail of footprints in the fresh snow. With each step, he followed the tracks, his curiosity growing. The footprints led him.
No, Ryan, do you know what sounds like a sex disease? You know, sweet corn on the cob. That sounds like a disease. Corn on the cob sounds like something's wrong with the old fella. Oh, corn on the cob.
Weaving through the ice formations. They were a silent guide, leading him deeper into the heart of the iceberg.
Hey Barry, good to see you, bro. Good to see you. I couldn't sleep, so I decided to do a watch party, dude. We've been on an hour and 5 minutes. This video's got 7 minutes late, but I've still got another video to go through, which is about 20 odd minutes long. So yeah, we're still on for another try. Sov comes on in 40 odd minutes, so I'll try and get finished for then. It might overlap a little bit, but we'll see. We'll see. I might actually just carry on, and when Sov goes live, I might, if I don't feel tired, I might just screen Sov live. Like I did a good few months ago when I first started streaming. Possibly. Let's see.
The thought of being so close to solving the mystery quickened his pulse. Who had walked this path before him?
Good to see you, Barry, man.
Where had it led them? The footprints led Michael to a sea-clad Ed area, where he discovered what appeared to be a makeshift research station. Beneath a camouflaged tarp, he found scientific instruments, weathered by time, but still intact. A portable weather station, a collection of geological samples, and an old rusted camera.
Oh, did you say, is that on your channel, is it, Mr. Super Sidewinder? Or is it right, it's the True Kings ones. Am I allowed to do them, Mr. Super Sidewinder? Have they got like videos and that in it? Are they like copyrighted videos, or am I able to do it? I'll try it anyway. I could easily do it. Are you actually in it? Are you playing the harmonica and that in it as well? I'll download it now and I'll try it. If it does, because I think I did one of them before, Two Kings, and I got a copyright. I don't know, but I'll try it. And if I have to cut it out later, then I have to cut it out. One of them. So yeah, I'll download it, bro. I'll download it. Oh, right, it's on Boston Ray's Mud Flood Adventures. Right. So, hold on. I thought that was a mention. Oh, I see. Right, okay, it's not on your channel. It's right. It's something. Right, I see. I got you. Right, it's not something that I can. Right, it's not just a track. Right, cool. People, go watch that, man. Go watch that when you're ready. The original, obviously, right. So I thought it was just the track that you put on your channel. Right, cool. No problem. I was going to play it, but obviously not. I'll just play some of your other stuff, dude. You know that. I always play your stuff. You're on trumpet for the first time. Cool. I'll watch that in a bit, bro. That'll be excellent.
Camera hinted at a serious scientific endeavor. This hidden corner of the iceberg had been someone's lair, a base for observation and study in the heart of the frozen wilderness.
If it's a true story, I don't know if it is. It could be just totally made up. But it could be like a broken piece that was actually kind of attached to the mainland and then it drifted out. I don't know. Hey, Roger, how are we doing?
Good. I just had to ask a question. Where did our hero here feel that twinge when he first saw the iceberg?
I still don't know what he's seen yet.
No, I haven't either.
I know. It's crazy, isn't it? Until he's right at the end. Imagine gets the end and he doesn't know. I'm like, what? Put the blue ball in this all the way. Fantastic.
It's a good story, though, I'm telling you.
Yeah, it's fun. It's fun. I'm hoping it's true.
Among the items at the research station, Michael found a series of documents and journals.
Nice,
The
Mr.
pages revealed the work of a scientist, Dr. Jensen, who had been studying the iceberg's trajectory and composition. His notes were meticulous, filled with observations, hypotheses, and personal reflections. The journals painted a picture of a man deeply passionate about his work, committed to understanding the secrets of the Arctic, even in the face of isolation and danger. As Michael pieced together the clues, he began to understand the scope of Dr. Jensen's work. The iceberg had been more than a floating mass of ice. It was a moving laboratory, a vessel for scientific discovery. Dr. Jensen's research offered insights into climate change and glacial movements. Michael felt a profound respect for the scientist's dedication. Amidst...
do you know, Mr. Super Sidewinder, there is one track I haven't done on your channel, but it's because it's a Christmas one. It's Gabriella and you, but it's a Christmas one. Jingle Bell Rock. So I was trying to hold that to Christmas, but because I haven't got any new ones, I might just download that one and we can listen to it. I know it's Jingle Bells, but we can, because I was trying to hold out on that one, but it's the only one I haven't showed on my channel yet that I can show. So let's just download it and we'll listen to Jingle Bell Rock at the end of the stream.
Hey, PJ, I thought I was muted. I swear, I did hit the buttons. Sorry about that.
I know you sound like you're munching. It sounded like you were crimpling up stuff and sliding across the floor.
No, just a car going by, dude. It was really loud.
All right, got you. That's all right, bro. That's all right. Right. So let's download that. I'm gonna download that for later. Jingle Bell Rock. I sang that on the street as well when I was in rehab for charity, but it was our own charity, the rehab's charity, Battels, which I found a bit hypocritical because the money went straight in their pockets. Didn't help homeless. It says it was for helping homeless. Yeah, only homeless because we were homeless. And before we went into that, it was kind of misleading, I thought. So hopefully it sounds better this time. Hey, Chris.
Yeah.
There you go. Bloody hell.
Much better.
Yeah. Thank the Lord. Why didn't you just come on with that one in the first place? That's better, bro. Thank goodness. Right, that's it downloaded. I'll play that at the end of the stream. Nice.
I connect now my laptop with the internet. This is great, cable connection, internet.
Of course.
That's great.
Your favorite Christmas song's Little Drummer Boy. Right, let's carry on with this one, then we'll go on to the next one because this one has got 5 minutes left. Right, and then we'll get on to the next story.
Icy solitude, Dr. Jensen had pursued knowledge, leaving behind a legacy that now lay in Michael's hands. In the dense fog, a figure emerged, startling Michael. It was Dr. Harold Jensen, the scientist whose legacy he had just begun to unravel. Dr. Jensen looked weary, his face weathered by the harsh conditions, but his eyes sparkled with an undiminished spirit. The initial shock gave way to a barrage of questions. Michael, filled with curiosity, and Dr. Jensen, surprised by the unexpected company, cautiously began to exchange words, bridging the gap between them. Initially, Dr. Jensen was wary, his responses measured and cautious. He studied Michael intently, trying to gauge his intentions. As they spoke, his guard slowly lowered. Michael shared his story of how curiosity led him to the iceberg and his discoveries along the way. This exchange softened the edges of Dr. Jensen's wariness. Realizing they were both driven by a quest for understanding, a mutual respect began to form between the two men. As the fog lifted, Dr. Jensen began to share his remarkable story.
Go on.
Is this Brokeback Iceberg? I'm just saying.
Are they going to fall in love?
I have not ever watched that film.
Neither have I.
It's called Broke Iceberg.
Really do not want to watch it. I'm not even interested in watching. I couldn't imagine them two at it. Jake Gyllenhaal and Heath Ledger. I know I had seen a clip to it, and I seen Heath Ledger spitting on his hand, and I know what he was doing with that spit. You know what I mean?
No.
That was enough for me.
It's a common courtesy, at least.
Exactly. Anyway,
what's worse is that it became popular. It's popular. Why is it popular? I don't
What's
get it.
popular?
It's painful. It's more like
That dumb movie about cowboys that hump each other.
Oh no, I don't understand it at all. I do not understand it. Right, this is Sov's link for later.
I don't get it either.
Sov's link for 35 minutes away. So I'll try and get
What's
this
the
one.
story? What's the story, Isaac?
I guess cowboys need love too.
Don't want to know that. I don't know the story. I haven't got a clue. It's about gay cowboys, so I'm not interested. You usually air your shows at 2 a.m. my time or 2 p.m. my time, where you are in the world. Where are you in the world? Oh, Greg, I'm in the Midlands of England. I'm in the middle of England. So I'm in the UK. I'm from Scotland, but I live in Coventry at the minute. So yeah, I usually stream at 8 a.m. GMT or 2 p.m. GMT. But on a Tuesday, except this Tuesday because I swapped days with Flats, I stream at 8 p.m. GMT because I swap with Flats because he has a day off. Flats side. But yeah, I'm from Scotland, but I live in England, middle of England, right in the centre. So GMT, I am going to mean time.
And if you're looking for the definition of a true Scotsman, you're looking at him now.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Oh yeah,
A sudden storm had left him stranded, and his subsequent fight for survival. His tale was one of resilience, innovation, and an unyielding passion for scientific inquiry. Michael listened, captivated by
the next video is about 20 minutes, so that should, if we just watch it through without talking much, it's all just about globe models and stuff like that anyway. Not the heliocentric model, actual globes, you know what I mean, the ornamental things, and some disc models and stuff as well. So if we just watch it, then I'll get it done in time for Sov coming on.
Scientist's endurance. Dr. Jensen's experiences, fraught with challenges and moments of despair, were a testament to the human spirit's tenacity. Sitting amidst the vast expanse of ice, Michael and Dr. Jensen realized they were in a shared predicament.
Aurora,
Their
Colorado.
conversation turned to planning.
I like
they
the Aurora
discussed
bit.
the limited resources, the unpredictability of the weather, and the feasibility.
You're not far from Roger then. You're Colorado, aren't you, Roger?
Yeah, I'm right in Westminster. They're not that far from me. So I know where Aurora is. Yeah. They had that famous shooting there with the Batman thing at Aurora. And a girl I worked with was at the movie theater when it happened. So yeah, I know a couple folks over that way.
Got you.
Not that far away from me. Yeah.
There you got people not far from you, dude.
Of signaling for rescue. As they strategized, a bond formed, born from shared adversity. In this desolate landscape, they were no longer strangers. They were two individuals united by circumstance and a mutual desire to overcome it. Despite their dire situation, Michael and Dr. Jensen found solace in their newfound companionship. Their discussions, filled with both practical strategies and shared laughter, brought a sense of normalcy to the surreal surroundings. The despair of isolation was replaced by the comfort of human connection. In this unlikely meeting on the frozen peak, they found not only a shared goal for survival, but also an unexpected friendship, a beacon of hope in the midst of the Arctic wilderness. As their supplies dwindled to a critical low, Michael and Dr. Jensen knew they needed to act. Together, they constructed a makeshift beacon using parts from Dr. Jensen's equipment and Michael's climbing gear. They positioned it at the highest point they could safely reach.
Ryan is from California, home of the moronic asshole. Just the one moronic asshole. Just the one.
Just me. No.
Just the one.
Yeah, it's just me. Just me here. Everybody else is nice except me.
No, California's full of lovely people, man. I'm telling you.
Oh, they are. They're very lovely. Yeah. We have lots of Karens here, too. Fair warning.
Nice one, Sergio. See you in a little bit, bro.
Hoping its signal would penetrate the dense fog and endless expanse of sea and ice. It was a desperate measure, but it ignited a flicker of hope in the bleak Arctic wilderness. As they waited for rescue, a severe storm hit, testing their already perilous situation. The wind howled with ferocious intensity, threatening to tear apart their shelter and extinguish their beacon. Huddled together, Michael and Dr. Jensen battled to keep the beacon alive, their hands numb and faces lashed by the icy wind. The storm was a relentless force, a reminder of nature's unforgiving power in this remote part of the world. In the chaos of the blizzard, the beacon became their lifeline, a shining symbol of hope. Against all odds, it continued to emit its signal, piercing through the storm's fury. Michael and Dr. Jensen watched with anxious anticipation, knowing that their survival hinged on this faint call for help. The beacon, resilient in the face of the tempest, was a testament to their ingenuity and unwavering will to survive. As the storm raged, a search and rescue helicopter, alerted by the police back in Haven's Edge, appeared on the horizon. The crew had spotted the beacon's signal amidst the storm. Michael and Dr. Jensen, exhausted and nearly defeated by the elements, felt a surge of relief and disbelief. The helicopter maneuvered closer, battling the fierce winds, a harbinger of safety and the end of their ordeal on the iceberg. Aboard the rescue helicopter, Michael and Dr. Jensen watched the iceberg fade into the distance. They reflected on their incredible journey, the isolation, the survival, the unexpected friendship. The experience had changed them, forging a bond that only those who have faced adversity together could understand.
What you eat
As
on
they
the
headed towards
iceberg?
safety, they knew...
Sorry, Chris?
What you gonna eat on the iceberg?
Ice. Each other.
You can eat some penguins, maybe.
Penguins, each other. Just a little toe at a time. He eats your toe, he eats your toe. You eat his finger, he eats your finger. Yeah?
No, I said what he's gonna eat up there, you know?
Yeah, each other. Cannibals, each other.
Cannibals, really?
Yeah, cannibals are going to eat each other. I'm joking, obviously.
Okay, I'm joking. Okay. Just a story. Where you get it from?
It's just something I come across. It just came on my own page. Oh, yeah,
gotcha.
I sometimes come across these things.
Nice. That's okay.
I don't know if it's true. I don't know. It sounds a bit far-fetched, but well, you know,
cool story.
It might be based on something true. Yeah, I don't know.
This was more than just a rescue. It was the start of a new chapter in their lives, defined by resilience, friendship, and a profound respect for the untamed beauty of nature.
We are men, not side boys.
Yeah.
There you go. That's the first one. Yeah, the first one.
Doing great. Yeah.
Not bad, was it? It was fun. It was fun. Right. Here's the one about the globes, anti-discs, video file. It's loads of like globe, actual globe, ornamental globe. Where's it gone? There it is. No, it's the iceberg one. It's called. It's actually called. I didn't obviously use its name. I used my own title. Imperial Earth Apple. So the Imperial Earth Apple. Edrafel of Nuremberg, 1492, plus ancient disc models of Earth and Globus Cruciger. Right. Let's have a look.
Okay.
And this one is 22 minutes. If I am quick enough, I could just get just in time of solve. If I don't talk.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's
Yo,
try
welcome back. Thank you for...
Right, let's see what that says. Sorry. Jared Boosters present. This is the guy who's trying to Jared Booster. I'll put the links to both of these. I'll put links to both of these channels in the chat in a minute. Sorry, Chris.
So sorry, Peter. Soul is gonna get online today.
Sorry?
Soul is gonna come online today.
What's coming online?
Soul.
Soul.
Yeah.
Who's that?
Soul Unchained Mind.
Oh, Sovereign. Yeah, he's on in half an hour, in 30 minutes. I've put the link in
Thanks
chat.
for telling me that. Thanks.
Yeah,
man.
that's what I'm saying. That's why I'm trying to get this finished
Right.
in time. So
Right.
I've put the link in chat. I'll put the link in chat again. Look.
Okay. Just wanted to be
I'll
sure.
put it in private chat as well, dude. I'll put it in private
Thanks.
chat as well for you. Here's,
Thanks.
there we go. That's obviously for tonight. Half an hour. So we need to get this finished to get him sleep.
Great.
So you can be freed.
being here
Right,
today.
right.
Let us take a deep dive into the first physical globe
I
Earth
stopped my
model
video
ever
because
created
of you.
in our historical timeline. The Earth apple, or in German, Erdapfel, is the oldest surviving.
There's some mad land masses on it as well. If you have a look, some that it's really like land masses. It's not recognizable in some cases.
Terrestrial globe ever created, measuring roughly 20 inches in diameter, or very similar to the globes we see being produced and placed in classrooms today, which is remarkable that the understanding of our planet hasn't really changed all that much over the last 500 years. The Earth apple was completed or founded around 1492, coincidentally the same year Columbus would sail the ocean blue and reach the New World. That should already trigger a bit of questioning of this narrative. However, I'm not here to credit or discredit the terrestrial globe model, but rather I'd like to share with you a few of the anomalies, some of the nonsense, the phantom islands and landscapes which appeared on this first globe in history. First things first, the Earth apple was said to have been created by Martin Behaim. However, the actual globe itself, divided into sections called gores, was painted by George
I mean, that's recognizable. Very different in shape, but recognizable to this globe.
Glockendawn of Nuremberg. Here's where we arrive to what I would consider at least one of the first minor anomalies of this globe. The entirety of this globe Earth map, the actual cartography of the map, was based off the travels of Jorge de Aguiar. A quick Google search will show you that almost nothing is known of Jorge's life, besides the fact it was his adventures, his descriptions, his discoveries, which led to the Earth apple's cartography. Jorge himself does not have a Wikipedia page, and browsing through the available search results, the only information we have on Jorge appears to be related to his involvement in the Earth apple. Almost nothing else is known of his life, making it eerily interesting that it was Jorge's travels that somehow led to the first terrestrial globe being created.
George.
The second anomaly, seemingly indicating the complete lack of communication between the Scandinavian cultures and those of...
It's a little different. The land masses on here look different to me, or am I looking at it inverted, like the blue is the land mass and the other is the sea? I don't know. No, I don't think I am. So to me, this is not really recognizable. I don't know.
Medieval Europe, we're told the continents of North and South America are completely absent from the Earth apple of 1492, explained by the fact that Columbus had not yet returned to Europe to share his discovery of the Americas. This appears to imply that the Holy Roman Empire...
You're right, Ryan. They have a hole in the Arctic. The Arctic. You're right.
Empire was unwilling to address the existence of America, even though substantial reports of the Western landmass had already flooded Europe previously. Another aspect of history, excuse my tangent here, which often is brought to the limelight through historical research, is the fact that many aspects of history are covered up or covered over simply by other facets of history, whether it be people, cities, objects, events, claiming the same name at a later date. In most of Europe, especially in German-speaking countries, Erdapfel is the modern common name of the potato.
Earth apple, yeah. And in French it's pomme de terre, which means apple of the earth. Pomme de terre. Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Potato.
Yeah, terrestrial. Yeah.
Meaning, when millions of Germans and other Europeans hear the term Erdapfel, the name for the Earth apple, they don't think of the first terrestrial globe in history which reshaped how we view the entire world, but rather their attention turns to a potato. Furthermore, did you know that potatoes didn't exist in Europe until after Europeans had brought them back from America? Potatoes did not arrive to Europe until after the year 1500. The Earth apple, seemingly the model of our Earth, still being pushed by the mainstream, has at least 3 phantom landscapes which cannot be identified or located today. The first being the mythical St. Brendan's Island. St. Brendan's Island was positioned on the Earth apple far off the coast of northwest Africa in the Atlantic Ocean. The island in this myth was discovered by St. Brendan accompanied by 14 monks who landed on the island with him. The 15 of them stayed for 15 days, celebrating Mass before returning to the vessels from which they came.
Hi, Roger. Thank God we don't live in a tie.
However, this legend also states that while only 15 days had passed to St. Brendan and his crew, roughly a year had gone by on the returned vessel stationed off the coast of the island, seemingly implying in the earliest description that time was moving differently on St. Brendan's Island.
Right, the English flag right there, look by. Not my flag, of course.
St. Brendan's Island was said to be shrouded in a deep mist and almost entirely invisible to the naked eye when.
Oh yeah, good for that.
Once PJ, I worked for 3 years with an Englander and Scottish man.
Fantasy Island.
He was really great.
Got ya. That's
A great man, yes.
Nice. Roger said Brenda has his own island.
Passing by. A monk by the name of Barino was said to have also landed on St. Brendan's Island, referring to the island as, and I quote, the land of the promises of the saints, end quote. In this work, Barino describes St. Brendan's Island as a thickly wooded, extremely mountainous island where the sun never sets and it was always daytime, which contained some of the most robust flora and
where the sun never sets. Where we had that before.
fauna in the world, complete with a vast system of freshwater rivers and trees hundreds of feet tall, seemingly adding to our modern theory of a phantom timeline, or to the idea of hundreds of years being added to our timeline, or events in history being spread out over a wider timeline than what actually occurred. The phantom timeline
So Jesus was born in Bethlehem.
hypothesis can seemingly be added to with this idea of St. Brendan's Island. The island of St. Brendan's was founded around the year 512, visited again by numerous explorers around that time period, and then subsequently lost from roughly 600 AD until the island was mentioned again in 1234 in a work by Marcos Martinez. In this work, Marcos states no one had been to the island in hundreds of years. Yet, in 1275, St. Brendan's Island is referred to officially as, and I quote, the Isles of the Blessed and the Island of St. Brendan, end quote. To wrap up this astounding theory on the Phantom Island of St. Brendan's, it was not mentioned again following 1275 until roughly 1420, when Henry the Navigator claims that one of his captains had arrived at the Phantom Island of St. Brendan's. The Kingdom of Portugal then begins an obsession with the lost island of St. Brendan's, sending numerous explorers out looking to concretely discover and establish the island for the Portuguese. This appears to culminate in Christopher Columbus's...
That's weird, babe, that you just WhatsApp me, because I was just about to say, now, are you watching or not, babe, because you never WhatsApp me back, and you just WhatsApp me back, so I know your answer now. You're still watching, babe. Love ya.
Sailing to the New World, which is theorized to have involved a search for St. Brendan's mythical island. By 1520, Ferdinand Magellan claimed he found the island of St. Brendan's off the coast of Argentina. In 1566, the first regent of the Canary Islands, Perez de Grado, sent numerous expeditions to locate the island of St. Brendan's. Miraculously, nearly every expedition claimed to have either saw or landed on the island, and an estimated total of well over 100 crewmen claimed to have witnessed the landscape and landed on the island of St. Brendan's. However, just a few years later, the island was again considered to be an apparition that did not truly exist, and was not seen or mentioned again until 1719. That year, a Scottish monk claimed to have seen the island, leading to roughly 40 years of unconfirmed sightings, with the last being a letter to a Franciscan monk in 1759, mentioning how shocked the author of the letter was to have seen the island of St. Brendan's, of which the author chose not to land on the island. From 1759 onward, the island of St. Brendan's was never seen again. The second major anomaly on the 1492 Earth apple is the fact that Japan is depicted as being an absolutely massive landscape called Sepanggu, an island kingdom that is showcased as being one of, if not the largest island in the world. The Earth apple depiction of Japan seems to arise from the accounts of Marco Polo, who described Japan in the late 13th century. Sepanggu was thought to be fabulously rich in silver and gold, which in medieval times was...
That's a game you play as kids in the States, isn't it, Marco Polo? There's nothing we never. I only heard about that in the movies. We didn't play that over. Played similar, something to it. It's probably said a different word or whatever, but never
Marco Polo. Yes, we played in the school.
You used to play it, did you? I never. I thought it was an American thing.
Touching or shooting with the ball, I don't remember.
is largely correct, owing to the volcanism of the island and the possibility to access the precious ores without needing to mine or go underground. The next phantom landscape on the Earth apple of 1492 is the Dragon's Tail, which formed the eastern shore of the Great Gulf of Thailand, replacing the phantom or unknown lands as depicted on earlier maps of the region by Ptolemy. Essentially, scholars, for some reason, believed a massive peninsula surrounded the Indian Ocean, and within these non-existent lands, a multitude of rich kingdoms were said.
Massive peninsula surrounded the Indian Ocean. Okay.
Yeah.
It's a new one.
Said to have existed. The Dragon's Tail is first mentioned in the book of the description of the Earth.
Hey, Ryo Gaming, good to see you, man. Good to see you, bro. Welcome to the Watch Party.
Compiled by Al-Khwarizmi in 833 AD. Beyond the Dragon's Tail was believed to be the Sea of Darkness, and off the shores of the Dragon's Tail was another mythical landscape known as the Island of the Jewel. We're told the Island of the Jewel formed the eastern limit of the known world according to Islamic
I don't know. I'm not English, so couldn't tell you, is it?
Scholars of the Middle Ages, and the Island of the Jewel was said to be a rather small island that was rich in gold and sapphire, which was surrounded by giant scales, the mountains being the scales of the dragon, for which the Dragon's Tail Peninsula was named. However, following the 11th century, the Dragon's Tail and the Island of the Jewel are rarely ever mentioned again, that is, until they are depicted on the Earth apple terrestrial globe of 1492. Today, the Isle of the Jewel, if it did truly exist, was believed to represent Taiwan. However, other fringe theorists believe this Isle of the Jewel was possibly much further away, being California and the west coast of America. Now, the last anomaly I'd like...
PJ?
Sorry, I'm on mute. I was on mute. Sorry. What did you say, Chris?
I just want to say I lived 3 years in Taiwan.
Oh, did you? How did that?
Taiwan
Did you like that?
It's a big city, you know.
Big
Just
place, yeah. I
really
get
big city. Yeah.
Got ya.
I'd like to discuss with you today is a big one, an overarching theme which appears to go hand in hand with the idea of the 1492 Earth apple, and that is the shape of the Earth. As a child, we were taught, at least in my neck of the woods, that the Earth was thought to be flat in parts of the world until roughly the Middle Ages, and with the understanding of the spherical...
There you go. There's more of the Hebrew cosmology there. Like, hey, Jermaine, it's good to see you, bro. Yeah, it's one ugly apple, Roger.
Earth came the Renaissance period. Nowadays, we're told a slew of different things occurred, and all of these ideas seem to disagree with one another.
say
I
that
like
again,
this
yeah,
old
it's good.
civilization. Yeah,
It's good. We're halfway through anyway. We're halfway through. Just try to get it finished in time for sub. I'll
I
probably win
was
over
in
a couple of minutes.
Mexican, there also, but this was very interesting with this Maya things and the stuff. I loved it. Yeah,
I got you.
Cool people.
In ancient Egypt and ancient Mesopotamia, the world was believed to be a flat disk floating on top of an ocean. This was also
No, not a flat disk on top of an ocean, but it's certainly a flat plane.
Yeah, and the turtle. There's also one with a turtle.
Yeah, I've heard that one. There's so many, but they all depict a plane. Different ways, but they all depict a plane.
Of course they do. We are flat or something.
I know, Barbara. I know you have. Like I say, I was trying to get this finished. It's got 11 minutes left. You go when you need to, Barbara. Don't feel obliged. I know I'm getting it finished as quick as I can, but don't feel obliged. I know you got to go. I know you got to do your moderating duties. And
Globals, come ahead, please. Yes, come in and defend your globe. Yes, I was waiting for 3.5 hours. One guy showed up, and he was just, deceive me and call me a liar, call me what he was calling me, that you don't have any education and stuff like that.
all stupid. I know what
they're so stupid, and they really tried everything in a calm way. But
I know, it's bad. Anyway, I've got to get this finished because Sog's coming on.
Sure.
The ancient Greek Homeric belief,
Yeah,
and
you're
I
right,
quote,
dude.
Oceanos, the personified body of water surrounding the circular surface of the earth, is the begetter of all life and possibly of all gods, end quote. Homer's description of the disk cosmography on the shield of Achilles with the encircling ocean is repeated throughout the 6th century onward. The Israelites also imagined the earth to be a disk floating on water with an arched firmament above it that separated the earth from the heavens. In this Hebrew theory, the sky was a great and solid dome with the sun, moon, planets, and stars embedded inside of it. And this model was the reason early architecture was dome-shaped, at least according to this legend. Of the scholars who described some form of flat earth in the ancient world also included Hesiod. The ancient Norse, Viking, and Germanic traditions also believed that the earth was flat, with the earth surrounded by a great ocean, with the axis mundi, or celestial pole, being the Yggdrasil, the world tree. In this theory, the world encircling ocean
Hey, Sea Lightning, good to see you, bro. Good to see you.
was also occupied by the Jormungandr, the great sea dragon. In ancient China, from the beginning of time that's recorded through the 17th century, the Chinese universally believed the shape of the earth was flat and square, while the heavens above were round. Many Chinese astronomers describe the earth like an egg. The heavens are like a hen's.
There we go. We know that one. The 4 corners of the earth, 4 ranges of the earth, the 4 cardinal directions. Yeah, this is a very common one. Hot springs are South Dakota and all that. We see this a lot.
We see it a lot, yeah.
Yeah.
True.
It's cool. I like
egg and round. The earth is like the yolk of the egg and lies at the center. Around the 6th century BC, we're told the Greek philosopher Pythagoras was the first to propose the theory of a round earth, a concept that was later pushed on the mainstream by none other than Aristotle. Aristotle also made the first prediction of the circumference of the earth, and his beliefs were made permanent by the work of Ptolemy in the 2nd century AD. In the Vedic text, one of the earliest Indian cosmological texts pictures the earth as one of a stack of flat disks. It was only in the 5th century that the Indian subcontinent assumes a spherical earth as they develop mathematical methods for quantitative astronomy, for calendars, and timekeeping. The flat earth model was common in ancient Hindu, Buddhist, and Jain universal models. It appears the only religion that held a belief of the earth being spherical and violently pushed this belief onto the world from its earliest origins was Christianity. The theory of flat earth was described in early Christianity as the
Again, not a theory. Fact. Never was a theory.
irrational.
The globe is the new kid on the block. They keep forgetting that. They go on like the flat earth's the new kid on the block. No.
Really.
He knew what it was. God explained it in Genesis what it was. Didn't you know what I mean? Absolutely.
Nice that you know that.
Absolutely, bro.
Nice, brother.
Belief of the Egyptian and Chaldean pagans, and the idea of the earth being flat was made to be quite offensive to early Christians. Yet, by roughly 300 AD, it appears that Christianity too began to ridicule the idea of a spherical earth, with many Christian teachers, including St. Augustine, questioning this veracity. Now, why do I mention all of this? The global model of Earth and the term Earth Apple can be tied directly back to the globus cruciger, a piece of the imperial regalia of...
Exactly, Derek. I agree. If we mentioned flat Earth to early Christians, they wouldn't even blink. They'd be like, "Yeah, what did you think Earth was?" It wouldn't even be flat Earth to them. It'd just be the Earth. They just automatically know that it's level. You know, it would just be Earth.
Just great to see this model, you know.
It's level.
Yeah. What they thought, you know, just the simple, I love the simple things, you know, what they thought, you know.
Absolutely.
They don't thought so strange, you know. And they
Absolutely.
had a good knowledge about the sky and everything, yes.
Of course.
the Holy Roman Emperor. The globus cruciger is the globe of the cross, and if you ever studied history, you more than likely have seen this device depicted before. We're told the cross, laid over the globe, represents Christ's dominion over the world, and the power of the Lord, literally held in the
very Catholic image, that very Catholic
hand of a worthy earthly ruler. When Christ is depicted holding the globe itself, he is considered depicted as the savior of the world. We're told the idea of holding the world in one's hand ties back to ancient Rome, where the god Jupiter,
2 fingers up, as above, so below. Yeah, don't like these depictions of Jesus.
Was often depicted holding the globe, representing both the world and the power held by the Roman Empire. Constantine I claimed he had a vision where God came to him and showed him the globe and said, and I quote, "In this sign you shall conquer," end quote. Essentially, the globe has constantly been a symbol used to...
Like that happened. Yeah, there's Sov's links, guys. Sov will be starting in 2 minutes.
To represent...
I'm going to finish off. You guys go to Sov's if you want, but I'm finishing off. Bless you, Barbara. Thanks for coming. Always a pleasure. Always a pleasure.
And control. In most instances, the control of the very beliefs of the people themselves. The globe was also said to represent angels, and many ancient texts refer to the globus cruciger being gifted to the common man by the angels. If we consider the concept of fallen angels, the idea of God's angels on earth interacting with and impacting the fate of man, then we can deduce that the dome, the globe shape, the concept of power concentrated into a small object, and this overall narrative may have had heavy influence from beyond what we might consider to be the common belief of that time. This appears to be esoteric and hidden knowledge. The globe with cross.
If it's esoteric and hidden knowledge, which is Gnostic, then that's not of Jesus. Jesus liked things to be out in the light.
Okay.
Also topped nearly every Holy Roman structure of the Middle Ages and appeared on the crown of the Holy Roman Emperor. The globe and cross featured on the crowns of the Holy Roman Empire, Denmark, Hungary, Italy, the Netherlands, Portugal, Romania, Spain, Sweden, England, and Yugoslavia, just to name a few, and the globe.
Look how many of them are more flat than anything else. Few globes and that, but mainly they are clean.
No, I'm just looking at Saul, you know, when he starts the show.
He starts now, right now. He's starting right now. Hey, good souls, man. I'm all good. I'm just finishing up. He starts now. Go for it, dude.
And cross still represents any country that's associated with a monarchy.
This has got 7 minutes left, so it's up to you, dude. You do what you want to.
Let's do the 7 minute, yeah.
This has got 7 minutes left, yeah. I'm just going to play it through.
That follows Catholicism. Taking this deep dive one step further, and hopefully you will stick with me for this, in alchemical symbolism, the orb with the cross upside down represents the gender of female, while the right...
Very possible, sea lightning.
It's cool.
Sea lightning says, I wonder if centuries ago the firmament was visible. No, I wonder. It's good thought, isn't it?
Right side up orb with the cross represents the chemical element antimony, also known in ancient Arab as coal. Coal was first utilized in 3100 BC to create...
Australia, that one was probably Aboriginal. We got Celtic, African, Sumerian, Chinese, Slavic. Wow, loads. Chumash. Wow. Incan, Hebrew.
Yeah.
Germanic.
The Egyptian cosmetic palettes, essentially palettes for grinding up materials and creating facial and body cosmetics, which were used to differentiate the Egyptian kings and queens from the common folk. When people say cosmetics began in Egypt...
Yeah, guys, Sov started right now. It's on his intro. So, yeah, he's going to go, he started.
Their creation goes hand in hand with coal, which is symbolized by the orb, the globe, and the cross. Do you see how this symbolism begins to make more sense the deeper that we dive into it? In 1892, it was determined that coal is one of the most brittle and crystalline metals, meaning that an extremely advanced and currently lost process had to have been developed in the ancient world, which somehow allowed the coal to become malleable. This process has still not been rediscovered today. Pure coal exists in the Earth's crust, and antimony, the scientific name for Arab coal, is believed to mean monk killer, or the killer of monks, as scientists and alchemists in the ancient world were often described as monks. This again adds more fuel to our timeline, as I can't tell you how many times I've read ancient passages referring to monks doing some sort of ingenious or unbelievable feat, but it begins to make more sense when we realize that monks were the most educated people of their time, studying ancient mysticism and alchemy, and usually these monks also had training as warriors who risked it all to make discoveries that eventually would be covered over by the church. The great globe and cross represents the hidden hand that seems to control all things. The Earth apple, or the first globe Earth model that survives until today, stood in the Nuremberg Town Hall from its completion in 1490.
It's a very common one.
For over 400 years until the establishment of the Germanic Museum in 1907. In 1994, the Earth apple was digitized and studied for the first time using computers, a process which is still continuing to this day. The Earth apple is considered the oldest surviving example of a terrestrial Earth model, a map of Earth as a globe, dated to 1492, and yet for thousands of years earlier, we have similar yet unconfirmed depictions all across our realm. For example, the Farnese Atlas, dated to the 2nd century AD in Rome, depicts Atlas holding on his shoulders the Earth, depicted as a massive spherical object. In actuality, it appears the true origin of our spherical Earth model and of the Earth apple itself will continue to be shrouded.
That statue, that sculpture is pride. Sculpted. That's pride sculpted. Look, man, with the weight of the world on his shoulders. That is hubris to the max. You know?
Shrouded in mystery as more conflicting reports continue to rise to the surface. It all appears to be plausible deniability. In 2023, the 1492 Earth apple was admitted into UNESCO's Memory of the World, an initiative launched to safeguard the heritage of all of humanity. Make of that what you
been
will.
in China,
I'm
man.
going to wrap up
Some
my narrative
lots of
on this subject
temples.
matter right there, but I can't
It's
wait to hear
crazy.
your thoughts, your ideas in the comment section down below. This is one of the deepest dives that I've taken recently into a subject matter that I really have never heard anyone else talk about before. So I
Really
can't wait to hear
insane,
your
great
opinion of
build,
everything down below.
was
Please
what
like and share this video if
That's it. That's it, guys. That's it, dude.
okay, was great, man. It was really great.
That's man. Like I say, subs on the other side. Links in chat. I'll put link in
Thanks
again.
for your time.
Not a problem. I might actually just put Sov on here for half an hour before I go. Why not? Stream it for a little bit. But yeah, I will see you in a bit, Chris. There, like I say, that's it.
Yes.
That's Sov's link in chat there, bro, in the YouTube side. And I'll put in the private chat. It's
right.
I'll put in here as well, private chat. It's in the private chat as well if you need to just go straight there from there.
I already posted my videos.
Yeah, excellent. Yeah, hold on, let me put your link in again, chat quickly before everybody goes.
Yeah, please. Because I don't know, I can't chat in the comment.
To the top. This is save link, copy link address. This is Chris's link, guys, for his channel. Go go watch some of his vids and that, guys. And he does some lives every day and that, pretty much.
Thanks.
Bless you, guys.
Thanks a lot.
Ta-ra,
bless you all.
Ta-ra, mate.
Have a good night.
So, I'm good. I'm still streaming, dude. I'm still streaming. I'm just gonna put Sov in my channel for a bit. So yeah, I'm not quitting yet. I'm just gonna watch Sov for about half an hour on my stream. So
Okay,
you might as well
you're half an hour on now.
Yeah, you might as well just go there because I'm just gonna stream him for a little bit. All right, bro. Bless you, man.
Picture. Okay.
No problem, bro. Not a problem.
Thank you. Yeah. Bye bye.
Yeah. Bless you, man. There we go. And let me put him.
Like I was using it in a negative way.
I don't know, man. There's nothing wrong with that. I mean, it's a word. And so is die. And you know, like my battery died here recently. I had to re-buy another one.
Yeah, later, Jim. I'm streaming for about another half an hour, just watching Sov. So it's up to you. If you want to go to Sov's, go for it. You want to chill? Yeah, it's up to you guys. I'm just gonna watch Sov for a bit while I stream, and then I'll pack it up.
Bought that thing over 5 years ago. It just seems like it was just like last year or something. But this is how fast everything's going by. I can't believe we just came up on the 1 year anniversary of the hang glider parachute assault into Israel by the Hamas, which was predicted earlier in the year on the cover of the magazine The Economist. Pretty crazy, huh? How they have that shit.
Hang gliders, really?
Yeah, don't you remember? That's how the Hamas came in. They came in on these hang gliders. Like it came in on these parafoil hang gliders and shit.
Very
and started shooting up some kind of homo music festival or something. I don't know. That was last year. That's how this whole thing started, with them putting the smackdown full throttle. And now, you know, because of Gaza, they got to bomb Lebanon, I guess, and start a war on every front around them. Do you realize they just put themselves on the Little Bighorn? They just did this Little Big Horn.
Oh yeah.
They just went and started war with everyone around them. What the fuck is wrong with people, man?
I don't know. I'm wondering if maybe there's something wrong with them.
We got people in Miami are bracing for this storm. They're putting strapping their roofs down. Even I've never even seen such a thing of that. Have you ever heard of that? Strapping your
No,
roof
but I
down?
have seen tornadoes and high winds blow the roofs right off of houses.
Yeah, I have
I
too.
can assume that would be the only way to keep it from doing that, right? Is to strap it down.
Would that work? I wonder.
I don't know. It would make more sense to build a pile of dirt up against the side of your house that went all the way to the roof, and then put a space between it so you could walk in and get inside it, and then the air would blow up and over it, wouldn't it?
I saw a guy that was prepping down in Florida, the owner of a business, and what he had done is, that spray foam insulation?
Yeah, I got a whole case of that stuff.
He sprayed a bunch of that down at the base of the windows on the, because they go all the way to the sidewalk, right?
Right.
So he sprayed that shit about, I don't know, maybe about 8 inches wide.
What I'm doing when I talk, when I stream other people live, instead of pausing because they're live, I just mute them instead, because if I pause, then I have to keep zapping forward, which it's already behind. So let's zap it forward first, so the blooming behind, and then unpause. Right. So glad to see some of you guys are still with me. Bless you guys.
Weatherman. Let me bring this up.
Probably won't be saying much. I'm watching. Hey, John, good to see you, bro. Good to see you, man. Oh yeah, and before I finish off, I'll do a couple more of Jim Menace's observations before I finish off. Totally forgot about that, so I can do a couple more, because I noticed you put a few more up, Jim. So I'll do some of them in a bit.
The storm's small eye in intensity. 897 millibars pressure with 180 mile per hour max sustained winds and gusts 200 plus miles an hour. This is how the fourth strongest hurricane ever recorded by pressure on this side of the world. The eye is tiny at nearly 3.8 miles wide. This hurricane.
And there'll still be, I've paused it. That's just by habit. I should have just muted it. And I will be playing out Mr. Super Sidewinder as well. Yes, you're loyal, bro. Yes, you are. And I don't mind listening. So's your mate as well. I don't mind you being there, or you do. Do you know that? I don't know no goods is anything like that. It's all good, man. We're all telling the truth.
Hurricane is near a bit bigger eye in the middle, bigger than 3.8 miles for that thing. That's just a small percentage in the middle. That's crazy shit.
Which tells us that they're feeding it, right?
I've seen some reports of a weird aircraft pattern taking place prior to its formation. All this. Now you got to also take into mind.
And there's the Doppler lighting up. Yeah, there's all kinds of stuff.
But the thing I got to look at is this. Okay, they may or may not. It may be over quartz and lithium. But the fact of the matter still remains that under current legislation, if an area is deemed a disaster area and uninhabitable, it automatically falls under eminent domain.
I'm just wondering if I can get the chart up when the screen's big, but obviously you can't. Can on your phone, but obviously not.
Well, yep, the same thing.
Yep, and I think they're
Hawaii and LA. There's a couple other places too that
they're gonna pull the same shit in Wyoming as well. Let me find it. Let me see. This is amazing.
So my question is, why aren't we fighting this? Is there anybody on the legal side that's fighting?
Who do you fight? Who do you fight?
I don't know. I mean, there's got to be somebody, right?
See, this is all done. This is all done behind the scenes while everybody's out there arguing about who's less of a shit, Kamala
or
or
put
Trump.
Out the fires they started.
Yeah, and trying to put out the fires and hunkering down from the storms. We know that someone is doing this.
Yes.
But ultimately, who's responsible? Ultimately,
I think the devil is probably who's responsible. But that's just my
There you go.
Absolutely right.
There you go.
Yeah.
Well, you're right on it, bro.
He wants us to believe. He wants.
Didn't speak that much in my chat, Ryan. What's going on? Nah, he's just getting into his rhythm.
Up because he's starting to do things he didn't do before. You know. things of the world have changed drastically.
So there were these weird pulses that came out of this thing too. Watch this.
Oh, this is good.
I suppose that stream is the Super Sidewinder. This is the best I get to see him both. Absolutely. I won't be doing all of his stream, like, because he'll be on for like 4 hours, and I've already been on for, 2 hours. It's just over 2 hours. So, yeah, I get you, dude. I get you. But as soon as I finish, you can go over there, man. You can go over there whenever you want. You know that, dude. Anyway, sound. That is.
It looks like there's a bunch of other ones trying to like form in the middle of, in the circle of it. It kind of looks like, doesn't it?
What's that? Yeah.
It kind of looks like there's. It kind of looks like there's a bunch of them all mixed together, and they're all just spit. You know what I mean? It kind of looks like there's other ones trying to form, but it keeps sucking it in. Weird looking.
So that's freaking crazy.
It's definitely frequency driven. That's not a natural look, I don't think.
No. And people want to deny this. I'll put a thing, the PBD podcast, and they're on X too. They put a thing out today about Project Cirrus, and it's really good. Perhaps we'll watch it here in a little bit, because people want to deny that the technology.
Yeah, I was waiting for Sob to put a video on. Nice. We'll get to see some, and I don't have to play and stop and pause and all that. Excellent.
For this shit exists.
Peasy, what you doing? Hey.
A bit about that was it brings it all. Say, oh, they can't steer a hurricane. They can't do that. Listen, you better wake the fuck up.
Believe in soft hands.
You believe, now think about this, you believe that they put people up in a little fucking house trailer up in space, and if they float around and they go back and forth all the time, no problems, right? You believe that, but you don't believe that the ability to control and manipulate weather exists, even though it's all right in front of your face. I mean, I've watched new kinds of clouds appear in the sky in my lifetime that never existed before.
Yeah, they've added like 6 to the list, haven't they? There used to be 5 types of clouds, and now there's like 9.
I wasn't even looking at a list. I was just noticing the different clouds that I'm like, that's really fucking weird. Why does that look like my little Wi-Fi indicator on my phone? What the hell is going on? You know, that's what I was really looking at, you know, and then, you know, oh, cool, they have names for it. I think the one they call it now is when they're not chemtrails, they're Homo Cirrus, which just means man-made cloud.
Man-made cloud.
It's like, yeah, we know, and it's not a cloud. Clouds are.
So I'm not saying much. I'm just chilling with you guys watching. So let him do the talking now. I've done my talking.
To do that, dumbasses. I don't know, man.
Yeah,
I'm trying to find that thing on Wyoming here real quick.
Go for it, dude.
Yeah, there was another chopper pulled its bullshit too. Another helicopter pulled its bullshit too. Is this the one? Yeah, there's part of the thing. There's really some.
I get clouds.
Deer, or elk rather, running through these flames, man, and it's crazy. Yeah, here it is. This is
poor people.
Look at this. This is in Wyoming.
See, everybody, since the circles, the new shapes have come out for the avatars and all that, everybody's using them, the circles. Gives you a little bit more room. Less camera, but more room for the screen.
Look at that rack on that sucker. Wow, is that ever a majestic beast?
It is, isn't it? It's majestic.
Yeah, I feel bad, dude. That's crazy.
Isn't that crazy? And it says half of Wyoming is burning right now. And nearly 73,000 acres of the Bighorn National Forest are now on fire. The previous largest fire recorded in the forest's 100-year history topped out at around 18,000 acres and took weeks to grow that size. Over the weekend, the elk fire grew more than 25,000 acres in a matter of hours. A matter of hours. Bigger than the one that it was the biggest, largest recorded fire in their 100-year history, 18,000 acres. And it took weeks for it to get that big. This thing outgrew that fire in a matter of hours.
Wow, bro.
That's fucking amazing. What are they pulling, man? What are they pulling? You know, it's something, you know, down in my heart. You know, I'm like, they're pulling some bullshit. Look at this. Here's from the air. Wildlife habitats going up in smoke, and they're going to say it's climate change. Yeah.
Of course, yeah.
Where'd you go, Rye guy?
The fucking chemtrail shit and everything. So rude.
Check this out. This is
wow. Nuts, man.
That's just what the hell is going on? They're just tearing our shit up, man. Really bad. Really bad. And more stuff is coming out, man. More and more stuff is coming out.
That's right, man. That's right.
You know, it's like hard to, you know, see.
It's crazy. It's going so fast, everything is. It's always getting crazier and crazier.
Now here's supposedly a big Chinook helicopter did the same thing in North Carolina. A North Carolina relief camp caused $100,000 in damages. Sent 3 people to the hospital. I mean, this is, come on, watch this shit.
All right. What was that? Oh,
going on.
Wow.
Don't need that music.
No, you don't need
drama.
I'm back, soldiers.
I thought it was a drone for a second, but also
just blowing shit everywhere. Sent 3 people to the hospital. Look at that.
Wow, that's bad. So look what they're doing. Chopping up trees, everything, throwing debris their way. Blind somebody, man. Kill them.
What and for what purpose?
Badness.
Why would the media censor it?
Badness.
That's what you got to wonder. See those little spots in the air? Those are just little pieces of debris and shit flying around.
Exactly. So, talking as long as so he can hear me.
I know.
Assholes.
And the cat, yeah.
Wow, Mr. Super
Asshole.
That's mad.
That's all about their show.
Yeah, I'll repost the link. Where'd you go?
Said Wyoming was a tinderbox last time I was there. A tiny little bed was a foot thick. That's crazy, bro. Serious. Dangerous as well. They all blew up. I mean, like in a wind.
People are waking up. People are waking up all over the place. They're realizing
right,
what the hell is going on. Listen to this shit.
North Carolina is just highlighting the fact that the government is nothing but violent middlemen, just geriatric criminals who basically do nothing but step in between the interactions of average Americans to justify their existence. People always say, we need the government, they protect us, yet you can't sell lemonade without a permit, you can't braid hair or feed the homeless without a license, and you can't help people stuck in a disaster zone without food, water, medical care, without the threat of arrest. We have Americans with resources, helicopters, boats, supplies, and the gumption to get it done, who are being threatened with arrest if they continue to try to help or rescue people. Why? Well, because the government needs to justify its existence in order to keep existing. It's not about helping people. It's about letting everyone know we're the ones that keep you safe from the world. They can't have average citizens helping each other, because if they did, then the average citizens might look around and go, hey, we actually got this done in way less time, way less money, and way more efficiently than we've ever seen the government do anything. So why are we paying you again? Why are we listening to you again? Why are we allowing you to lord over us again? Why are we allowing you to threaten us with violence again? Why are we allowing you to send all of our resources to places like Ukraine and Israel again, all while our fellow Americans suffer? Yeah, the government can't have that. They thrive on the power that they siphon from our daily interactions and disasters like North Carolina, all while telling us it's for our own good. They need us to need them, and they'll do whatever it takes to maintain that dependency, even if it's the threat of violence and throwing them in a cage, even if it's allowing Americans to waste away in a disaster zone just for the sake of saving face. The next time you hear a politician talking about the greater good and working for you and public service, just remember the fact that the only reason why they exist is because you have to depend on them. And the only reason why you have to depend on them is because they made that happen via violence. And the kicker, some people just can't stop begging for more. We hand over our freedom, our income, our lives, all because we've been sold a lie that we can't manage without them. When they're making helping people unlawful, you should really start thinking about all the laws.
So that is true. And that's ultimately what it comes down to. Government is force. Government is nothing but violence when it comes down to
it's your enemy. It's not really your enemy.
Yeah, I don't see anything that they I exist and I am able to thrive despite my government, not because of it.
Yep. Absolutely.
And that's not a good position to be in, really.
I also, we have in Austria now everywhere this right push, to the right side. Yes,
Well, you get into these pricks that think that they can just run everything. Like this guy, like this entitled guy, this Mr. Conehead.
Wants to have this people, this rude ones. And
you know who that old man right there is?
Which one? Here in Austria, it's very pushed.
One on the left.
No, the right side. The right side.
I don't know. On the left-hand side there, that's Nathan Rothschild.
Rothschild. I thought I was thinking.
Now listen to what he's got. Or Jacob Rothschild. Thank you, Shannon.
In modern Jewish history, and it begins with 3 words. Dear Lord Rothschild.
Dear Lord Rothschild, I have much pleasure in conveying to you, on behalf of His Majesty's government, the following declaration of sympathy with Jewish Zionist aspirations, which has been submitted to and approved by the Cabinet.
Why was it that this letter was sent by the Foreign Secretary to your great uncle Walter?
It's an interesting question.
Hey Luke, how you doing, brother? I did a late stream tonight. I started how long ago did I start? 2 hours 17 minutes ago. I did 2 videos of my own. Then it was I finished just in time for Sov to come on. So a few of the viewers went over to Sov's, and I thought, oh well, I'll just carry on streaming for a bit. I'm not going to stream all of Sov because he'll be on hours and hours, and I've got to get to bed. But yeah, I'm going to stream for half an hour or so, just watching Sov and that. Bless you, man. Good to see you, bro. Links there if you'll come in for a little bit. But like I say, I won't be on a lot longer,
I could possibly ask you to read it for us.
Yes, indeed. Yeah. I'm going to put on the spec.
The Balfour Declaration is basically, the king says, hey, here, we're just going to give you somebody's country. Here you go. Have fun.
To make sure I read it accurately.
This decrepit old fucker thinks that he's better than you.
And it just.
Because he's been told that his whole life and he's got a lot of money.
Right.
It runs a lot of industry, a lot of the banking and everything. So he thinks that he's got a right to decide whether you live or die, to decide whether your country is devastated by war or not. I mean,
these are insane people.
That's right.
Well, who's really insane? The people that think that they have that right, or all of us out here that just accept it?
Yeah,
think about that.
That's the other side.
Yeah, there's all these other people. This guy says, "Oh, I'm better than you, and I'm this great guy and everything. I'm better than you," and everybody just kind of goes, "Oh, okay, yeah, sure you are. Right on."
Today a big discussion was found about the politics,
Oh yeah, Luke, I'm going to do the Mandela Effect one on Thursday. I'm due tonight I'm on, well, tonight now, because it's 3 in the morning for me, 3:05 in the morning. Tonight I'm on instead of flats. We swap nights. So I'll be on at 8 p.m. GMT tonight. I'm doing a summit flat earth by New Cake, deflating the flat earth, so he thinks. So I'll be doing a flat earth one tonight. Oh, sorry, put his volume back up.
They try to take it seriously by, oh, send us your, looking at a Statue of Liberty, pretty much says, hey, you got trash? Send it here.
Like in the past, it was also like Hitler started also like that,
Just in case I didn't explain myself properly, look, this is Sovereign. He's on live now. I did 2 of my videos and then Sovereign started. I think I did this explain before, but he's live right now anyway. Just in case you thought it was a video. So
to somebody else.
His Majesty's government view with favour the establishment of Palestine as a national home for the Jewish people, and will use their best endeavours to facilitate the achievement of this object. It being clearly understood that nothing should be done which may prejudice the civil and religious rights of existing non-Jewish communities in Palestine, or the rights and political status enjoyed by Jews in any other country. I should be grateful if...
Yes, Barry, bro. Bless you, man. Nice one for being here, dude. Get some good sleep, man. Bless.
And here it is, the Balfour Declaration. What do you feel when you see it?
He said the Zionist Federation. Zionist Federation. We're going to get into that here in a minute.
Genuinely feel it's one of the most extraordinary moments in the history of the Jewish people. If you think it took 3,000 years to get to this. And then you say, how did this miracle happen? It's the most incredible piece of opportunism. I mean, if you think you had an impoverished would-be scientist, Chaim Weizmann, who somehow gets to England, meets a few people, including members of my family, seduces them.
That's Sov's link I just put in the chat, guys, if anybody wants to go there live right now to Sov.
He gets to Balfour, and he unbelievably persuades Balfour and Lloyd George, the Prime Minister, and most of the ministers, that this idea of the national home for Jews should be allowed to take place. I mean, it's so unlikely. And then he's, starts to fight a difficult battle with the British cabinet. And this letter goes through 5 drafts, as you know. And in the end, it comes out as a rather compromising letter. I mean, the essential point is there for the Jewish community to fasten on to. You have the first bit, which promises a national home rather than the national home. And then you have the bit that nothing that's to be done should in any way harm the Arab community. But you come back to the big point, which is that this is perhaps the greatest event in Jewish life for thousands of years. And it's a miracle.
See, wow. So that's pretty much the start of that. But you have to look into.
You like Mr. Burns.
Absolutely. Let me get
that. Never even thought of that. Fair play, bro.
Oh my goodness. Shit's all
really got the good stuff.
Hang on. I'm looking for him. That's Stu Peters' thing. Yeah, that's see Project Storm Fury. Hang on.
I think the Royals are a pain in the butt too, so I agree with you.
Well, of course they are. Yeah, Ken O'Keefe. Ken O'Keefe, he put this thing on there. He says, this is where, now remember, pay attention, because in that letter it said for the Zionist Federation, right?
Mm-hmm.
So where did the Zionist Federation come from?
And that link I just put in is my stream for tomorrow night.
I'm proud to be a Zionist. You don't have to be Jewish to be a Zionist, blah, 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 right? Okay. So this is basically where it comes from.
In the 1800s, Theodor Herzl, the father of Zionism, worked with Karl Marx, who's the father of communism. That's not his real name. His real name is Moses Mordecai Levy, who's descended from a long line of Talmudic Jews. I'm not making this up. They worked with financiers. They created Zionism. They created Bolshevism. They created communism. And they laid out a plan to take over the Holy Land. Now, the Rothschilds started buying Jerusalem in the early 1800s. Again, this is not my opinion. This is fact, verifiable fact for those that care about truth and want to know history. So the Rothschilds, as early as the early 1800s, started using their usury banking money to buy Jerusalem. In synchronicity with that, you had Theodore Herzl, Moses Mordecai Levy, and other prominent Jews being financed by Rothschilds and Rockefeller elites in New York that were sending money. None of these people had any connection to this land. And they used this trope of them returning in a biblical fashion to the land. The real intention is not just for what we see as Israel. The real intention is for what's known as Greater Israel. Greater Israel encompasses all of the land from the river Euphrates all the way down to the river Nile in Egypt. So we're talking parts of Lebanon, Syria, Iraq, Jordan, Saudi Arabia, and Egypt. From the river Euphrates up in the north to the river Nile in the south, going inland all the way into Saudi and whatnot, coming across directly. That's Greater Israel. The next empire to inherit this mantle, which America sort of, at least as most people recognize it, it was the British Empire, it became America. I would argue that's not true. The actual power is here in London. The city of London is the seat of power, but America became the muscle. Before that, England was both the money and the muscle. It did, from its naval power. That's how England was able to do it. But in the nuclear age, post World War II, America became the power, the muscle. But if you're telling me that Washington, D.C. is made, no, they're not. No, they're not. No, they're not. They got their piece of the pie. They get to go ahead and spread the spoils. But its power is.
I'm got to be out of shot for a minute. I've got to make a little joint because I've run out. So I'll leave you in soft skateboard hands, but I'll be out of shot, camera shot for a couple of minutes.
Marxism, all of that, along with Zionism, is all from the same place. This is probably one of the reasons that you see such a brutal regime that runs Israel right now, especially by keeping a second-class citizenship of Palestinians out there. Holy crap, dude. Would you roll a great big old joint? Jeez.
In the 1800s.
So yeah, I thought that you want to see something funny, this would be hilarious to do. This is a great prank. This is a great prank. Watch this. I don't even know. I'll go ahead and show it. Fuck it. This is funny as hell. No, I better not. YouTube's really getting nanny statey.
I was gonna say you're trying to get it pulled already.
Yeah. But this is pretty cool. Here's a guy, he ran across a politician out in public. And apparently somebody who's done dealings with the WEF and as well as China. And this guy got to meet him out in public. This is pretty crazy, man. You know, this is what people need to start doing, I think. Watch this.
You ski Sislag, right? It's amazing. I can't tell you what a piece of fucking shit you are. Sorry to hear that. You New World Order traitor piece of shit bastard. You're in here without security? Woo! Yeah, you piece of shit. I'm surprised you have the balls to be out here in public, punk. Out here without a cop, out here without security? Woo! You got balls on you, boy. I'm not moving. Oh, man. Oh, you in trouble. Yeah, you better get the fuck out of here, Sisalak. Where's your security at, huh? Huh? Where's your, don't touch me, lady. Where's your security at? Huh? You want to sell us all down the river? You working for China, piece of shit? You fucking traitors. We should string you up by lampposts right now, pussy boy.
Fucking look at it, dumbass.
That's right, Patriot. You running into a Patriot now, huh? Huh? Where's your security at? I heard about you banging that little girl in record
on the television, dude.
Huh, Steve? Mr. Sissy Black?
Fucking watch TV.
Craziness, China working, cocksucking motherfucker. Where's your security at, bitch? Woo! You lucky I'm a law-abiding citizen. Woo!
My buddy here is asking me who that guy is.
With you, I'm gonna leave you alone now.
Who do you think he is?
What did he say his name was? Hold on, listen.
You Steve Sisolak, right?
Steve Sisolak.
Steve
Sisolak. Yeah. Mm-hmm. But man, I mean, these people are everywhere. They're in your local government. Soros money has come in and bought out so many of your local government people, all the way up the line. You know that the majority of our federal government is in their fucking pocket. You know that. And they're also, who else's pocket are they into? Israel. Through the APEC. You're not going to get into office if you do not get your APEC money. Listen, Donnie knows it. Donnie knows it. Here he is at some anniversary of some Jewish guy's death, and here he is with his little thing, wearing his little beanie. Check him out.
What's the APEC money?
America Israel political action campaign.
Okay.
And it's a Jewish lobby that provides a huge amount of money in donorship to politicians.
Oh. Yeah, the Jewish.
And so we also have a great deal. I think it's like 1/3. Is it 1/3 or 2/3 of our elected Congress and Senate and shit have dual citizenship with Israel?
Mm-hmm. Crazy.
I mean, I wouldn't want to be associated with that outfit. Not a bit. You know.
Yeah. Also, I made a mistake because I didn't went to the vote. They count me like to the biggest to the biggest winning how you call it,
bidder.
To the biggest winner. Yeah.
Well, it's like this.
Automatically, yes.
If you give a huge amount of money to both candidates, right? Whoever gets in, listen. Whoever gets in is your man, right? You pay both candidates a huge amount of money. You know, maybe favor one over another one a little bit more, but they're both sides are getting money from APEC. So it's not party oriented. It's allegiance to Israel oriented. You took the fucking money.
I was gonna say they only let you in there if you have allegiance to that.
That's right. They have to sign. They have to sign an unconditional pledge, a pledge to unconditionally support Israel. This is why every time they're asked when Israel acts shitty and does something stupid, this is why their only response to it is, Israel is a democratic ally in the Middle East of ours. You know, it's our closest ally in the Middle East, or some bullshit. All they'll fucking say. And it's like, yeah, but they're doing this terrible shit to people. Well, here's a question. It doesn't matter. We have to support Israel. Wait a second. You have to support Israel. I don't. You took the fucking shekels, not me. I didn't take the shekels. You did. And if you're doing it, then you're not representing me. And I guess by default, your job is you're not doing your job. And as you can see by the way most Americans feel in this late day and age, They're not towing the Israel line anymore. Most people are like, fuck all that. We don't care. Your little spell is wearing off.
It's a sad war, for Palestine,
Well, not just them, but Lebanon, Iran, Syria, every country around them, Yemen.
Sorry.
Yemen, Syria, all of those places are suffering because of this shit.
Yeah.
But it can only happen if the people sanction it. That's the only the reality of it. I mean, you have to put people in suits to go fight, right? What if everybody says no? We don't want to fight. We don't.
Bye. 6 watching again though. And I won't be on much longer anyway. Just going to maybe smoke a bit of this and watch a little bit more. And then I'll finish off with a couple of Jimenez's observations and play out with Mr. Super Side right now.
Thanks for the gun. Get off
I
my board.
wouldn't like a shot from my land.
That's where I'd be at. I'd be like, thanks for the gun, bitch. Get off my porch. So we spoke a little bit earlier about this project Cirrus, and there's a lot of people that
got some ammo. Oh, get off my porch.
Yeah. Thanks for the gun. Get off my porch. What is this thing? My wife just sent me some kind of thing here. What's this? People trying to get through in Florida, it looks like. Let me see if I can get it to work. Here we go. Hold on.
Shannon has a good point.
Oh, shit. I wish she'd send some information about it with it. I don't know what it is.
Hey, bro, John. Hey, bro, John.
Hey, BJ. I thought I'd join the watch party.
Hey, the watch party. Why not? I'm going to do another 10-20 minutes and then I'll play out with Mr. Super Jimenez's observations and then Mr. Super Side right now. It's 3:21 here in the morning. What, have you finished work?
Not quite yet. I'm just in between. I got another 5-minute break I'm taking.
Okay. You're welcome, bro.
I see everybody watching. So.
Yeah, we're watching.
You're here alone.
Why not? Yeah, but why not? I'm just watching along with the guys. There was more here out there, but I mean, there's still 8 watching, so why not carry on for a little bit?
Mountain said that was a natural pattern. Well, when you find out why they ended up saying it was a natural pattern, you'll understand why. The scientists were all glad that they were able to steer the storm, and when they admitted they were responsible for it, the government boys stepped in and said, no, you weren't. This always does this. Look the other way, because they were looking at all potential lawsuits and shit.
No.
Okay. Yeah. And this guy says, see, that's why that means that. And I'm like, you so dumb, you can't even see the trees, man. You can't see the forest because of the trees.
Right.
It's so limited in your goddamn thinking.
Doesn't like classic lines.
And it just pisses me off. He's just another one of these condescending little shits. And Twitter that's why I don't really interact with anybody on Twitter. No. I just find cool shit.
They make these hub systems and everything.
Oh, Chris is over there now, huh?
Yeah. He was here till the end, but then went over. Yeah, fair enough. I'll put the link in for people to go over. Just rather go and chill there anyway. At least he's starting to talk a bit. He wasn't saying much, but he spoke a bit more short. So maybe he goes quiet, didn't he?
Yeah. He was talking earlier.
Oh yeah, for a little bit, yeah, but then he goes quiet, doesn't he?
Yeah. It's like that with him. He's I think he gets on a rant and then he'll think about what he said for like a half hour and not say nothing.
Of course.
He's making faces at me right now. You see him?
Overthinking things. Absolutely, bro.
Here, I'll make him back. Hey, there you go.
Anyway, podcast PBB.
We need to make some changes to that.
Oh no, you're not.
There's YouTube better.
There's a catastrophe in somewhere that the government can just come in and take over.
That's see that.
Not even cool.
Well, yeah, while everybody was sleeping,
kind of,
and while everybody was concerned about how many blowjobs Bill Clinton got.
Say that again.
I can't. The restream won't let me go on to through their Wi-Fi. It's got a firewall on it. They're afraid you're going to go in and gather information up or something. So,
Well, it could be iPhone. iPhone are funny about things, man.
I know. Even when I had an Android, it wouldn't let me do it here.
All right. Okay.
It's the StreamYard. I think I can get on Restream.
Okay.
I can't get on the StreamYard. Weird.
It is.
Another
That's the first problem I have.
Another
could put Ryan's
Thanks a
channel.
lot.
What?
Didn't you say your son have a channel?
Yes, and I'm asking someone to put the link in the chat for you.
Okay, thanks.
God, Chris, dude, I'm telling you.
Gotcha.
Voice slow.
So the PBD podcast.
It's like a THC podcast.
This is cool. But it can be hard work sometimes. Especially when you're muffling. Especially when you're talking to a muffle.
Oh, it's even worse, dude. But he'll start talking up like,
I was like, if he went and got a mic, I was like, why didn't you get and got your mic in the first place then?
Yeah.
If it was like that in Flaxes, why didn't you go and get it before you start plumbing? Like, what are you doing?
I don't think he's listening to the show. He doesn't care.
No, not properly.
Anything he's ever wanted.
Tom, how much access to information do you think the director of CIA has?
Everything, and plus he can make it up.
Let me. I don't. By the way, I can tell you, I don't appreciate the fact that CBS and the director of CIA decided to flirt with a conspiracy, because I don't like that they're doing that. But if they want to take responsibility for this, they can. Let me give you an idea what Brennan says. Can you pull up what Brennan once said? The following: the head of CIA, the former head of CIA, said the following.
I've got munchies, so like
nice.
I mean, Sour Patch Kids at the minute. Watermelon ones.
Ooh.
It's had some Reese's cupcake things. Reese's cups, white.
Even
Reese's
better
cups.
for you, PJ. Even
man. Absolutely.
The array of technologies, often referred to collectively as geoengineering, that potentially could help reverse the warming effects of global climate change. One that has gained my personal attention is stratospheric aerosol injection, or SAI, a method of seeding the stratosphere with particles that can help reflect the sun's heat.
No, for all young.
You say something, Roger.
Yeah, they're talking like the CIA doesn't come up with conspiracies.
Yeah.
Who do you think comes up with the damn things, dude?
That's true.
They're called.
In much the same way that volcanic eruptions do. An SAI program could limit global temperature increases, reducing some risks associated with higher temperatures and providing the world economy additional time to transition from fossil fuels.
Right.
Wow. This process is also relatively inexpensive. The National Research Council estimates that a fully deployed SAI program would cost about $10 billion yearly. As promising as it may be,
Absolutely, Jim. But there's sours as well. There's sweet and sours. So I'm sour as well, apparently.
Have you ever had a Sour Patch Kid, Jim? Come on.
Yeah, they're nice, man. They're nice.
Hey, Luke's in there. I see it. Sidewinder.
I know. Luke said hello to you.
Man,
yeah,
you got a whole crowd.
I don't know if this is
on the geo.
I'm just trying. Go find a clip. Just type the keywords: technologies potential to alter weather pattern. And if you can just go on Google, forget about Twitter. Twitter doesn't work well when we do searches like that. Weather pattern. Yeah, if you can do that, and you will find right there, second one. Click on that. I just want to show the clip, the quote. Okay, show the quote that he says. So Brennan's words. If you can type in pattern, Control F pattern. There you go. The technology's potential to alter weather patterns and benefit certain regions of the world at the expense of other regions could trigger sharp opposition by some nations, right? Okay. So I went a little bit deeper with this. I'm like, wait a minute, what is this all about? Then you know what we found out? Do you know there was an act in 1976 called the Weather Modification Act of 1976?
No.
Can you Google that, please?
1976.
Yeah,
I have that file, by the way, if anybody wants it.
Back in Vietnam, they were doing that shit, dude. You know?
Yeah, absolutely.
My
Yeah,
dad
that's what I'm
told me
saying.
they were.
Nothing's new, man. Nothing's new, is it?
No, but they were
Been
trying to
done.
flood out the villages of Vietnam with the weather control. Yeah. Weird.
Absolutely, bro.
Company is participating to try to alter and modify the weather. You have to give us a warning 10 days in advance. This is what they came up with, by the way. Okay, it's called the Weather Modification Policy Act of 1976. Let's go even deeper. Can you do me a favor and type in Operation Cyrus 70-year anniversary? Type in Operation 70-year anniversary. Craziest article, by the way. Did you see it or no? This one we have to read because it's a little bit weird. But
this thing goes back to 1947, I think.
Wow.
It goes back to 1920 something when they first started working with it. But the stuff that
just after the Second World War finished, man. 2 years after the Second World War finished.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
They figure if they can control the weather, they can make it better for them if they're in battle. So,
of course.
Is the following. This is by far what's crazy about it the most. Pull up the clip I just sent you. This is from the website of NOAA. This is not a blog, folks. This is from the Department of Commerce, Atlantic Oceanographic and Meteorological Laboratory. Okay? My pronunciation is phenomenal today. 70th anniversary of the first hurricane seeding experiment. What?
That's a B-17. That's a B-17 there in the background. It's like it's a G model. No, it might be an F model.
Check this out too. I got this document here I want to show you.
All right.
Can you read it?
Hearings.
This is the hearings that they did. This is the paperwork that goes with what he's talking about. This is the paperwork. It's on a file. It's hearing on the weather modification, and this is what the stuff they wrote down afterwards.
Again, Roger.
Yeah, this is he's doing this on my show too, our show, better yet. So.
Nice.
But
nice.
he wants to talk more about topics like this than anything that I'm trying to present for the most part. But I want to make it equal. So I was trying to get a hold of you the other day and try to see how he could get over and start streaming videos from his side, because it's really hard to do when he's holding up his phone.
Of course. If he's just using his phone, it's got to be hard for him to share videos.
He doesn't like the computer.
You can do it, but it's not the same. You don't have tabs and stuff like that. It's so weird.
So
but you can't do it. You have to share an entire screen or something. You know?
Yeah, I had to share a screen, and what he's got a problem with is he wants to use his speakers during the show. So I get an echo. So when he presents, so
you do sometimes when it's entire screen.
Yeah, he has the headphones, but they don't work good. So
sometimes it just doesn't work. With entire screens, a pain in the butt sometimes, and it warns you about it in StreamYard. If you do entire screen and you're sharing sound, your participants might hear an echo. But when I do it, it doesn't. It doesn't for some reason. But it did on my laptop. It's weird. It's weird.
Yeah, my laptop just goes right to my Bluetooth stuff now. So.
So
I don't get an echo.
All right.
That's what I want to get him. Get him the same headphones.
I get you, bro. I get you.
Storm had changed course due to the seeding. The chief of weather, government, this is government now.
Okay.
Chief of Weather Bureau, Dr. Francis, thought differently and appointed 3 of his weathermen to find a case where a hurricane had followed a similar track but had not been seeded. The case was published, demonstrating that hurricanes could swerve like that without the use of dry ice, and the threat of losses eventually evaporated. What's the point here? Imagine you work for GE. You're the head of their laboratory, and they say, no, we did it.
Wow.
GE's like, what is the matter with you? Be quiet. You can't say we did it, right? But the government chief bureau comes out and says, no, we checked it out. The man didn't influence this. What's my point here? Here's where I'm going with this. 7-year anniversary, go read that article. All I'm saying is this. You mean to tell me we don't have the technology at this point in 2024 with all the inventions that we've created to find a way to kill these things and slow them down? You mean we don't? I'm not even talking about creating it.
Which is on the table as well.
We know we can create
of
it.
Course.
CBS host who just was debating, what is her name? Have you seen the CBS
Nora.
clip with Micha Okaku? She said, we've done this.
Yeah.
Right? She said, we've done this. It's not even us. That's the lady who was on the debate with, the what do you call it? I think she was on the VP debate, if I'm not mistaken. This is the interview. Watch this clip.
It's a bad version of it. Just so
Okay, then don't worry about it. Anyways, so they're even saying that these things happened in the past. She claimed that these things happened in the past. This is her 11 years ago. Forget about creating it. What I'm asking about is, in 2024, we don't have a way to prevent these things.
Yeah, we can flawlessly go back and forth to the space station and send up little magical garbage cans and fly around the earth and all kinds of shit like that, right?
Check this
But
out. In this file, if you want to hear it.
yeah, we're at a loss when it comes to this here. We can't do nothing.
That's
There's
it.
nothing.
That's it. It puggles us.
I was reading this document I was talking about. You want to hear what it says in here about experiments
PG, my head back in.
It's just a short.
All right, brother.
It says for 2 years we carried out.
Nice one coming in, dude. Bless you, man. See you in the morning.
All right, later.
Fresno State College to increase the snowpack and the rainfall for Central Sierra Nevada. For 7 years, we have been conducting through a contractor, North American Weather Consultants. That's one of the companies I called, I think. And with help from the Bureau of Reclamation and Rainfall Augmentation Experiment in the Santa Barbara area. The works has gradually passed from experiments with single clouds to whole groups of clouds and to components of storm systems. Senator Pell, I read it last night. Mr. St. Amand, I will highlight it to show. Okay, they're just going in to talk, but they're literally admitting that they've been doing this. I've got all kinds of documents on this, dude. Yeah, it's definitely proven and it's real. It's not a joke and it's not paranoia. Or,
It's definitely. I believe that it's.
it may not be what you know the movies talk about, but it's definitely something they control and they are actively doing it. Yes.
And the reality of it is this too, though, whether it man-made or actually a bizarre natural phenomenon, there's still people involved here, and this is what's really bad. The human cost involved.
That's right. So
we've got people that we know here that are right there in the middle of it, and it's coming. You know, Austin Thompson, Melodome. Him and his family are stuck right in the middle of this. He said, evacuate. We were trying to tell him, get out of there. And he said, get the hell out of here. What are you talking about? The roads are gridlocked. He said, people are reporting it took them 10 hours to go 115 miles.
Wow.
10 hours.
Wow.
That's fucking crazy, man.
And you know, where they what at the most.
And I think that's one of the plans too, is to gridlock everybody in their fucking cars. It's easier to dispatch them.
3 hours.
What was that woman said? I'll find it. There was the guy misspoke. He talked about
oh yeah, they've done that.
Instead of saying evacuate people,
terminate.
He said to execute.
Or something, yeah.
To execute to evacuate. And I was like, oh my God, is that a Freudian slip? I don't know. Yeah, and FMX is down there as well. Few other people. Some of our adversaries, Red's Rhetoric, he's down there in that bullshit too. Ted Logan on Facebook or on Twitter, and he's been on the show before. He's down in the middle of this shit too. You know, so this is no joke. These people can't get out. Many of them, even if they want to. They say all the gas stations are empty. All the gas stations are empty. So what's that going to cause? That's going to be cars running out of gas right there on the fucking freeway, bro. What's that?
I got another file here. It's called a recommended national program in weather modification report. A report to the Interdepartmental Committee for Atmospheric Sciences by Homer E. Newell, whoever he is. And this is wow. There's a lot of people's names on this.
What is that? What is that, Barbara, that you got down there?
The government thought, well, yeah. I was gonna say I should try to share some of these with you. Give me your email, Dave, and I'll send you some of the stuff. You might not have it in your collection. If you're curious.
I'm gonna give everybody my email right now.
Yeah. I'd be willing to share it with anybody that sends me an email. I don't have a problem with that. But I got lots of stuff like that in here. That's one of the things I've researched the most was the weather. After I watched 2 towns that I've lived near or in, like I used to live like right near Santa Rosa when I was a kid, and I lived in Reading, so I know, and I know people that live in Paradise, so it's like it was really like
UK as well.
Personal to me when I saw that those fires happen and the way all the stuff happened and the things that were on the internet. It just
I had just passed through Paradise right before it burned up.
Wow, dude.
Yeah, I mean, I knew there were fires and all the traffic was being diverted different ways and shit. And I got around some ways where there were bulldozers just clearing the road and I could get through. But yeah, I mean, I got through there. I went through Paradise and I thought to myself, I was like, man, I should have stopped and got a drink. And because I didn't. And I kept on down the road. And then a little while later, I'd heard about the fire engulfing Paradise on the radio. I was like, what the fuck? I was just there.
You're lucky, bro. God was
That was
good out for
crazy.
you that day.
Barbara sent this thing. This was it's already caused devastation after making hurricane set.
And of course, I'm not saying that they deliberately did this. I'm just saying, what if they're tampering with the weather and they caused it accidentally? Like, what if this hurricane was because they were doing something else somewhere else and it caused this because they were tapping into some kind of whatever? I mean, we don't know. I'm not a weather expert, but I know enough about it to understand how it works, but I don't know, like, I'm not a weather person or nothing. I can't, I'm not a meteorologist, but yeah, I do understand a lot of how it works because I've done a lot of research.
Ryan, I'm not like that girl that was trying to float that story about where they were doing that road work in New York, and she goes, there was an earthquake and look at this stuff is separated. You can see where the road's been separated. And I was like, and did the earthquake also stack the bricks up next to the fucking road where they were?
Make it big again in a minute. I'm just waiting to see if anybody replies.
Or anything. But I was like, well, that's good. You're not a Scientologist. Oh my God. Or an earthquakeologist.
Yeah, I'm glad I didn't screw that one up.
Oh my God. Yeah, I'm looking on here for everybody's hitting Austin with all kinds of shit about weather patents and shit. And he's saying it doesn't mean this one was engineered. And I'm thinking signs are pointing to that it was, but who's to say? I don't know. I'm not a Scientologist, right?
And if we do, why are we not using them? Why not? Why are we not using some of these things to manipulate them to go a different way? I don't know. It's purely a question. But the more and more and more digging you do on government websites, they tell you we have access to this. We've been working on this. And even the director of CIA says we have something like this to work with. Tom.
Well, I think we all misunderstood the guy from GE. The guy from GE was paid to work in a lab to modify the weather, right?
Yeah.
At the end of the year, you get your performance review to see if you get a raise or you get a bonus. And so what does he say? It worked. Yeah. We did it. We partnered with the government. We put a bunch of dry ice in a B-17. We went up there and dropped this all, hyper-cooled the center of the storm. The storm turned. The next day, we went out looking for the storm. It was 100 miles over there. We're like, uh-oh, it turned west. But this guy is basically saying we have to understand this. He's saying, I work in a lab for GE on weather modification. It worked. So he wasn't being a whistleblower. He was just saying, well, this is my job, and it worked, and it turned toward there. Whereas now the government is like, no.
Yeah.
Project Mockingbird and all these other things, and the electric Kool-Aid acid.
I'm waiting for Barbara to reply. Oh, thank you, PJ. I pray you're going to sleep like a baby when it finally comes.
No, nobody's drinks.
Yeah.
Real quick, somebody asked when it was supposed to make landfall. I looked it up, and it says late Wednesday or very early Thursday is when this thing is supposed to make landfall. Yeah, government wouldn't do shit like that. Come on, they're your friend.
No, they wouldn't.
Right?
They're out
I
there.
mean, you noticed how
save you from being taxed and over tyrannized. Of course they are. Of course. Why wouldn't
they provide government approved fun zones for you to go to and shit with your family where you can have to follow a bunch of draconian rules while trying to have fun at the same time.
Like
Hell yeah. Yes. You're awful. I swear to God.
Try and see if they get to the end of this.
And, you know, it's like
the end of this video.
I know somewhere in my heart that this whole fucking bullshit's gonna dissolve.
You
You
know,
know, and I'm just like, good God, I can't wait for it. You know, I'm just so tired of the bullshit. You know, and that's all they are is bullshit. That's all they do is just fucking. They're just there to piss you off continuously.
Degenerate.
Can you name one thing the government does that doesn't fucking piss you off?
Right.
No, nobody can.
No.
That's what they're there. That's their job is just to continuously piss you off.
Well,
Screw you.
their ultimate goal is to take away all your rights slowly
Well, yeah.
and carefully and plottingly, because they're trying to convince us that we don't need anything except the government to protect us, which we all know that's not true.
Yeah,
That's right.
We should all
Everybody
know.
trusts.
Skabala.
All the
Onyada.
trees trusted the axe because the
Bullshit.
handle was made of wood, right? That's
Keith.
the way to look
Right.
at that shit.
That's a good one.
That's what I think.
Get that one out.
And so the government comes out and goes, no, hang on. Meanwhile, they had already been trying that stuff previously in Vietnam, trying to extend the rainy season. So, you know, and it's
typical.
It's like sometimes experiments go bad. You know, remember the Bikini Atoll?
What's that?
That's where they launched a nuclear bomb and gave a bunch of military guys cancer
And irradiated a bunch of Japanese fishermen in the process. And this was what the movie Godzilla was a metaphor for. Godzilla represented the United States, big, stupid, clumsy, and angry. Yeah, that's exactly what it was, because that was a metaphor for that whole incident at the Bikini Atoll.
things like this.
Yeah, that's why I'm talking.
So we've done a lot of tests in our day and kind of messed people up in the process.
And that's why when people, Tyler, you bring this up, and there's people out there, because I've seen it, because I've had these conversations, especially with Brandon. People are like, "What? Oh, now you're trying to say?" I'm like, yes, I'm talking about that same government that did what you're talking about, that gave LSD to our soldiers, that experienced.
No, Roger, I don't remember what you said. I never remember what you said because I never listened to you, brother. I'm only joking, bro. Of course.
Creating it, because mind you, these are the same people that are saying, "Hey, this is because of climate change," are actually the ones changing the climate. They're the ones that can do it.
Allegedly, I'm not saying that's the case.
I'm just saying. I mean, allegedly,
I'm
as
not there.
Yeah.
Well, all I'm at is the following. I'm at Harvard in 2015 at this OPM program I went to, Owner President Management Program. I've never gone to Harvard as a student. My GPA was 1.8. This is not. I went to Harvard.
Yeah.
That's my link for tomorrow night's stream, guys, at 8 p.m. GMT.
When I'm there, one of my classmates, Finney, was from Lagos, Tom. One of my classmates was from Lagos. 8 of us were asked to go up and present a certain project we're working on to raise money.
Yeah.
He was one of them, I was one, and 6 other guys went up. This guy got up and he says, I have invented that with $100 million investment into a plant, I can build and produce water from thin air. And he wasn't kidding. And shows this video. And he says, wow. He says, yeah. And then I'm watching the room. I'm not in the water making business.
Yeah.
I'm in the insurance business. And I'm like, yeah, that technology's been around. Yeah, that technology. And everybody starts talking. So the concern with water is we have the technology to be able to make it. There are plenty of advanced technologies for us to be able to do a lot of different things. Why are we not testing it and using it? Maybe we are. And if we are and they're not telling us, maybe that's what's also causing something that's 120 miles to go to 185 miles.
Yep.
Maybe they're doing that. We don't know that, right? So these are some of the things that maybe the government doesn't want us to know because they don't want to freak us out. And sometimes some projects, some assignments get,
And remember what happened in Dubai, like 3 months
flooding.
ago? It was the worst
because they're
rain
cloud
or
seeding.
drought.
I'm glad he brought that up about Dubai because that's crazy. That's in the desert.
It is.
And they couldn't turn it off. They create their own rain.
Mad.
And they somehow couldn't get it to turn off. It just kept raining and raining and raining. And it flooded out Dubai. That was insane.
That is
flood in the
Dubai is
fucking Arabian desert.
general.
Well, you know,
and then when people
it says in Revelation that will happen. So
yeah,
You know, like I know it's man doing it maybe, but it's still been
Is it
predicted.
though?
It's been prophesied. I mean,
Or is this shit? Is it
Bible?
Is this prophecy shit that's actually happening, and they're just trying to take credit for it?
I don't know. Yeah, that's what I wonder is either they're trying to make us think that the end is coming before it has, or the opposite. They're trying to convince us. They're trying to what do they call that? Sensitize us so that we don't take it seriously. Like we just keep thinking it's that just happened somewhere else and it's not affecting me. So, and that's basically what we've done. They've compartmentalized us to where, you know, something can be happening in a couple counties over, and we may not even really care that much about it because it's happening over there, right? We don't see it. We don't, you know, and it's going on TV, so it's easy to keep us from really knowing what's going on right next to us. You know, that's what worries me is that they have such control over that. It scares me.
Yeah, and people will want to believe this shit so badly. Like during the pandemic, you know, I said to people, "It's like, well, haven't you wondered how?"
Right, guys, I'm gonna leave it there. I'm gonna play out with a couple of Jim's observations, and then play out with Mr. Superside reading the song. Right, thanks, Bob. All right, you probably didn't know, even though I didn't realize I was streaming them, but yeah, I was streaming them for about an hour and a quarter. Good things that they talk about. Good things they talk about. I mean, getting tired now, so yeah, I can feel it in my eyes. With the joints and the content and the intellectual conversations, pals. Fantastic. Yeah, I'm over to that now. Right. Cool. Thank you very much, Sovereign. Bless you guys. And we're going to play Ouchies. Okay, right, Jim, get your channel butt over here. And let's see. Presente. Share screen. Jimanus. Share again. And here we go. Let's start. Right, hold on. Where are we? Well, how many has he put up? So from there to there. Let's do these top 4. Yeah, let's do these top 4. Oh, like it. Big screen. There we go. There's one. Nice. Next one. No views. Likey. Nice. Next one. Oh, 81 subs, Jimanus. Loving it. 2 minutes 15 on this one. Yeah, man. We got a big chill one. We got chill one of the moon. Nice, loving it. Chill. Not a problem, Jim. Not a problem, bro. Always a pleasure, man. Excuse me. Love these ones. These are chill. Not like the 2-minute ones. Is watching the moon drift by. Really cool. Diddling ding ding a ping 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 bucket ding 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 rig a ping ping ping. Love it, man. Excuse me. Oh, it's still got a minute on it. Nice. Nice. And this final one for today. And then tomorrow night I'll do these 4. Cool. 6, 5, 6, 2. Likey. Here we go. Yeah, man. Translucent, opaque. Like so many different looks to the moon, you know, depending on what light is in the sky. Whether it's dark, daytime, whatever. Sometimes it looks like a rock, sometimes it looks like plasma. Crazy. Luke, bless you, man. Bless you, dude. Like I say, hopefully I see you tomorrow night. Well, no, sorry, tomorrow night. It's tonight. Tonight. You're probably on what? Are you on like 9 in the morning or something? 10 in the morning? Luke? Yeah, so I'm on at 8 p.m. GMT. So, yeah, so what time is that? That's 5 hours or 12. 17 hours away. I'm on in 17 hours. Ah! There we go. Nice. Thank you, Jim. Thank you, brother. Bless you, man. Bless you guys for being here and sticking with me. Still 10 watching. Bless you. Keep blessing, don't I? Well, it's okay for enough to cough. I'm now tired, so I'll do a bit. Right. Video file. And sorry for the time. It's the time of year. It's the only one I haven't played from Mr. Super Sidewinders. And it just so happens to be Gabriella, but it's Jingle Bell Rock. It's meant to be it's a Christmassy one, but just because I haven't played it yet, I decided to download it and play it. So, Mr. Super Sidewinder and Gabriella, Jingle Bell Rock. Do it. Nice. Good job. Good speech. My time. Twing, twang, twing, twang. Love it. Sidewinder. Mr. Super Sidewinder. Yeah, man. Fantastico. Love it. Bravo. Bravo, bravo, bravo. Thank you, Mr. Super Sidewinder. Pleasure playing your stuff, man. Great. It's the only one I never played, but I will play it again at Christmas. That will be the Christmas song. That will be my Christmas Day stream, because I will stream on Christmas Day. Did I stream last Christmas Day? Last year was Christmas Day. No, because I started streaming after Christmas. I'd already streamed on the other channel, His Word is Truth, but that was our co-owned channel. Oh, I was invited into the channel. I've still got it. I can still get into it. But I just don't streaming it because it's not my channel as such. It was me, Michael, and LVA Paul, but it's LVA Paul's channel. But I've still got access to it. Anyway, thanks for being here, guys. Thanks for spending time with me because I could not sleep. It's always a pleasure spending time with you guys, and I do these every now and again, surprise streams and times that I don't usually come on. So thanks, guys, for spending the time with me. Bless yous. Bless yous. Here, the sunset's free. It's free, indeed. And we will end it now.